reacting stream, and we'll see if that actually worked or not. But yeah, so the stream seemingly. Oh yeah, my headphone. Okay, I gotta move my camera since it fell. But I'll do that in a second. Just make sure the stream's on. Okay, stream is on. Hi, Immortal.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good.
Hey. That's great. So today we're reacting to Boruto TBV Chapter 19, as you see in the title. And thoughts on that, Immortal?
It's a very fast-paced chapter.
Oh, well, maybe it'll be a fast-paced stream if you get my drift. Assuming there's a drift to get there, but either way. So I haven't read it yet. Immortal and Kamui both have. So my first reaction, their second, third, fourth reaction, whatever it is, but Kamui's already wrote a slew of podcast topics. Haven't looked at any of them. The only things I know about the podcast is the Moegi cover and the
Wait. The only thing you know about the podcast is the Walky cover?
Kamui, I swear to God, I swear to God, I think I'm developing dementia or something based on the amount of flubs I'm just more and more so getting. Like, like, have you noticed a steady increase with me in the past couple months?
Yes.
Okay, well, that doesn't satisfy me, but whatever. It just shows how excited I am for the chapter. Okay, so I know the Moegi cover. I'm not gonna say Matsuri cover because I'm not gonna confuse it. Not confuse, but mix the two up. So I know about the Moegi cover. I know because Bara spoiled me that there's a fight in this chapter. Oh, but Oodie, we knew that last chapter going into. No, we didn't. There was as small as possibility as it could be that they were going to resolve it by talking and not fighting. So now I know that they fight.
Yeah, not the Ryu end of things. You gotta screw that up.
You never know. Like, Araya could have been wishing for the Shinki's soul power or whatever to talk no jutsu Ryu. You never know. But now I know that they fight, okay? So I've been spoiled on that officially. I know that they fight. They don't resolve it, and it's not peaceful. I know that. The only other things I know about the chapter, let me think. I think someone said something about Mitsuki was done dirty. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. And then
I've got things to say about Mitsuki.
Oh God. I saw Sarada for one frame as I was scrolling up and down on the chapter a second ago to check if there's any certain types of ads that I wouldn't want displayed on stream. I think it's all good. And the only other thing I know about, and this one's kind of a big one, is that Jura is seemingly there and or says something that may or may not make sense or is a contradiction, or people on Twitter are freaking out about it. Something wrong with Jura. So that's all I know. I think that's everything. Oh, Konohamaru. Konohamaru's big this chapter. The Konohamaru things this chapter, from what I understand. I don't know if they're good or bad thing, but a lot of Konohamaru this chapter. A lot of them.
Yeah.
It should have been a Konohamaru cover.
Honestly, I wouldn't say there's a lot of Konohamaru in this chapter. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that. Like, if you're going to count the number of pages, Konohamaru does not, by any means, have the most pages. In fact, I think Jura might has more pages.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I don't know anything else that happens. I don't know anything about either of the fights at all. I don't even know if Konohamaru and Matsuri even fight. But based on what people have been saying about Konohamaru, I'm assuming they do, and he either gets done dirty or he comes out on top because he's the Chad OG. It's really the Konohamaru haters versus Konohamaru stans that are coming out of the woodworks on this one. But I haven't been looking, so that's all I know. It's everything I know. I think it's everything. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Alrighty. Well,
Okay.
yeah. Without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's review the chapter.
Yeah. So, Kamui, don't say anything, and I haven't looked yet, but I think I predicted last stream that we're gonna start this stream with a Konohamaru and Moegi flashback. So let me predict the chapter. It's going to start with that, and then it's going to go into the second thing sequence. It's going to be seeing Konohamaru, because you're saying it's short, technically. I guess spoil that. So it's going to be like a short sequence, and that's going to be like the only sequence of the chapter. Then we're going to go to Jura next, and then we're going to go for the fourth sequence to the Ryu and Sarada fight. And the chapter is going to end around that time with a sand tsunami of some kind. That's my theory. I don't know who does it. Don't care what type of sand. It's just going to be a sand tsunami. That's going to be my prediction.
Do you want us to tell you if
No.
anything is correct or not?
Oh, anything? Sure. Yeah, tell me if anything is correct. Sure.
Well, do you want us to tell you if anything's wrong?
No.
Okay, I guess I won't say anything.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I don't tell me anything.
Step on something.
Okay, with that being said, I will go get Boruto food if Immortal and Kamui want to talk spoilers, since I know that's like a thing that they do every month.
I hate doing that, bro.
It's a tradition at this point, Kamui.
Fuck tradition. I hate it.
It only takes like 5 minutes.
No. Put your AirPods in and
I don't have AirPods
when you get your Boruto food. Okay, I hate doing that because
it's
like
just
at this point, I like reset. I reset. Okay, I gotta reread the chapter with you. I get to react and say things as we go. I don't want to talk about the whole chapter. Like reread the chapter so I can talk about the chapter, then proceed to slowly read it again, and then talk about it. I don't want to do that.
Now we're gonna read it quick this month. Did you hear what Immortal had to say?
We're not gonna read it quick, bro. We're gonna get halfway done, and it's gonna be 3 a.m. and we're gonna say, okay, maybe we should split this into 2 streams.
Okay, but Kamui, you haven't even considered Immortal's feelings.
Some things quickly, but I never know with us because chances are we're gonna derail to 18. We're gonna derail to my freaking Kimimaro rewrite topic probably in this stream. Let's be honest.
But you haven't even considered Immortal's feelings. Maybe Immortal wants to talk about it with you, Kamui. He seems excited.
Actually just got done saying, without further ado, let's get into the chapter. And you're not
because he's so excited about the chapter. If anything, that just leads credence to my idea.
No, he wants you to read it.
The fact Immortal was here at all, not knowing what we were going to do, tells us that he wanted to talk about the chapter.
Oh, he does that with every stream. So... Immortal, tell us your thoughts.
Okay, Immortal, tell your thoughts. Go ahead, Immortal. I took my headphones off. Okay, go get Immortal. Go ahead, Immortal.
I wanted to get started with the chapter, but Oodie's taking long.
See, Oodie agrees with me. No, the dumbest part about this is, Oodie, I've delayed. You had like 3 hours to prepare your Boruto food. Especially when I said the 11:45 thing, which inevitably has now become 12. But you had those 15 minutes. I even said, will you be good in 5? Well, that was just a lie because you haven't got your Boruto.
He went to go get his food then.
Well, all right. You know what? Just to piss him off, we're going to go find other topics to talk about.
Sure.
Let me find something. You know what? Let me share my screen. Wow. Oh my god.
I'm gonna try not to stay on for too long.
I hate the browser. I can't share my screen with the web browser for some reason. I hit allow every time. You know what it does? Nothing. It doesn't do anything. What does it want me to do? I don't understand. This is so stupid. I just can't share my screen. All right, I'll look this up. Okay, how to share screen in Discord web browser.
You're on the web browser?
Well, yeah, because the app decided to delete the crisp noise suppression for some reason. Oh, this is useless. It don't work. Oh, fuck. Actually, it's getting worse and worse. I don't understand how to do this. All right, pull up the app.
Wow. Oh.
Let's be doing here. I hope it makes the most noise possible. Okay. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was going to do anymore.
Were you guys talking about Death Note?
You know what? This is the face Oodie's making me make right now. Immortal, do you know how to make a emoji for Discord? Like a server emoji? Do you know how to do that?
No, I never did that before.
Okay, well, we're about to find out right now. How to make a Discord server emoji. Server settings, emoji, upload. Okay. Okay. Good. Download the image again. Okay. This works. Okay. I think it worked. So now let me just confirm that this does something. Where is it?
It's right there, right beside the go up. Yeah, right there, right beside the
Here it is. Okay.
Side point. Yeah.
There, that's the face I'm making right now, Oodie. All right, well, that's good to know. I'll have to upload all my Ryuku ones. All right, anyway. What do we have going on?
Yeah.
Hi,
Spoil what it
Oodie.
is.
Hi,
Maybe you'll forget.
young
You won't even
lord.
think about it until I say it. We shall see.
We got young lord Choto, Martin Silva, Space, and Daishikage, and Orochimaru PR. Wow, literally, like almost every single comment's from an original person. That's good. Mitsuki waste. Okay, not gonna read Mitsuki's waste potential. Thank you for the comment, though. I'll get back to that in
That's
3
when
hours.
we should get started on reading the chapter.
Yeah, the only other thing that I would have to say, considering we are how long into this? We are 34 minutes into this. The only other thing I have to say is looking at my headset, whatever, the webcam. I have my Boruto music headset setup playing. All right.
Okay.
Specifically starting on number 170 of 272 of my playlist, February 2023 by Golden Turnip. I chose this song in particular because it's February. It is a epic fight song between Code and Boruto. Okay, that being said, let's begin the chapter.
Yay!
Yeah.
Finally.
So we got Moegi, believe it or not, I know, surprising, the Moegi cover, I can't, Konohamaru-chan, I love that as the title of the chapter. So I guess Konohamaru's gonna feel real bad when it's not just Matsuri, but the entire world calling him that after this one. It's like whenever you record someone's embarrassing moment and it goes viral, that's essentially what just happened to Konohamaru.
Oh, actually, okay. On that note, I don't know what is okay. Someone else refers to him as Konohamaru-chan.
Oh no!
Like, and I'm so glad, and I hope that they continue to do this, and I hope that they. I'll like when we get there, you'll know.
I really hope it's someone like freaking Sarda or something. Oh my god, if Matsuri thinks it's a misunderstanding and like Mitsuki calls him that and like Matsuri starts going after Mitsuki or something, I'm gonna die.
That would be hilarious.
I don't know why that would happen, but maybe like Boruto comes up and then Jura comes up as a natural obviousness to that, and then Jura's saying Konohamaru-chan, and then we get like that's what incites the Shinju Civil War. Wow,
That would
that'd
also
be
be
crazy.
hilarious.
Okay, well, anyways. So, okay, didn't start with a flashback, so I was already wrong on my prediction. So it started with Araya, right where it left off. It's okay.
Yeah. So basically, Araya pulls out the sword. I mean, Shinki pulls out the sword and views his chakra into it.
Oh, but it technically, I was right on it starting with a flashback, so I'll count it.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be a thing in Tubu Vortex where, you know, whenever there's like an unanswered question or just something that, you know, happens at a cliffhanger, if they're probably going to do like a flashback of explaining what that said something is, and, you know.
Yeah. They've done it not often, but often enough to where I've taken notice.
Yeah. Say that again, Kamui? Your mic was cutting out.
Yeah. Well, maybe next time. Thank you for your input, Kamui. It's just not working, Kamui. I'm just gonna save you your breath there. So sorry.
Kamui, you gotta
try again later.
You gotta change your mic out, bro.
Okay, so I infused the blade with my chakra.
I didn't know if Immortal was cutting out for just me or for both of you.
No, that was entirely on your end.
Yeah, that was on your end, man.
But now you know.
What did you say?
Whatever. Just talking about the chapter.
Okay, well, anyway, speaking of the chapter, Oodie, I want you to, by the end of the first page, tell me what's wrong.
So, I infused the blade with my chakra. This is a flashback. You can't do that, right?
And
Wait, what? Why not?
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, you can.
Not like...
You should, yeah.
No, you can do it, just like in the present moment.
Naruto does it to the Ninja Tech hand continuously.
That's
Boruto also
continuously,
infuses chakra
though.
into the shurikens.
Again, that's like
Awesome.
in the moment. Like, this is potentially 2 years ago that he did this, and it's just still in the sword.
So, well, here's my thing. I think it would be perfectly reasonable if he, like, infused it and it just stays there until Araya eventually uses it. But I'm going to go ahead and spoil this right now. Araya uses it like 50 times in this chapter, and that's kind of ridiculous considering how casually Shinki's just doing this.
Oh, I'm glad he does it at least. Yeah. So maybe it's a thing of like he's applying like, not like a keke, but like to where Araya is able to use his chakra while retaining whatever ability comes from Shinki's chakra. So like,
Yeah,
hypothetically,
I don't know. It's, I mean,
so like as an example, let's just say that Naruto is like sharing his chakra with, say, Haku for whatever reason. Haku, using Naruto's chakra, would be able to use more ice release, even though Naruto can't use ice release.
It's
like that.
Honestly, I mean, so okay. So this is really kind of like Son Goku just giving Naruto chakra when he fist bumps, and Naruto just gets to keep lava style. The only difference is that with the tailed beasts, they're like sort of living in Naruto, sort of not, but sort of are. Shinki's not like living in the blade in the same way.
Yeah.
And so it's like, And let's be real, I don't, given how they just have this one panel explaining, like, hey, I infused it. Wait, did you even read this panel yet?
If you apply your wind style sword jutsu to it, you should be able to manipulate Iron Sand somewhat similar to how I can.
So he's basically just not fully, but he's somewhat just gifting him the Iron Sand in a sense, like with his chakra. Like Araya has to use the wind style, so seemingly magnet style is probably a combination of wind and earth, I'm guessing, or maybe it's not. But given that the wind style is necessary to do this, I feel like that's probably the case. But not to mention that the fact it's the land of wind and magnet styles, like the Kekkei Genkai of that place. But either way, I don't think they're going to explain it any further than this. This is kind of, I won't say it's fully BS, but it's kind of BS the way it just works continuously forever, apparently.
I mean, it doesn't really make sense to me the way I'm thinking of it. Because what I'm thinking, this isn't a Kekkei Genkai, but it's like a pseudo Kekkei Genkai. Similar to what Sasuke does, using science to essentially recreate.
Well, it's not
ice
like
release.
that. It's more
It's
like,
not like that now.
it's like Haku's giving Naruto ice release, but he can't use the crystal ice mirrors, but he can make the ice shards with it. Like he just gets the somewhat ability to use it.
Okay. What I will say, this is just a perfect example of Kodachi versus Ikimoto. If this was Kodachi, this would be Scientific Ninja Tag, rather than whatever nonsense this is. And it would just make sense. It would just work.
And I'm going to get into another thing later, but Oodie, I want you to just closely examine this page. I'll give you hints as we go along, but I want you to examine this page and tell me what is stupid about it. I'll give you more and more hints as we continue.
Okay. Sure, I'll just keep going then.
Well, no, it's on this page. You need to just look
Yeah,
at
but you
this
said you're
page.
going to give me more and more hints as we go on. I assume you mean in the chapter, not in terms of time staying
No, I
on
meant
this
as
page.
you guess. As you guess.
Oh.
You don't need a single other page.
Is it not something we've
I noticed.
already talked about?
We talked about it, but this confirms something so that now it is irredeemable. There's no error.
Okay. I feel like you're really leading me in a direction here. It's not the fact that like the chakra isn't visible in the sword. That's not a thing.
Actually, it has nothing to do with what's actually being discussed on this page. It's something else about it.
Oh, it's not the designs, is it? Because they're both in their time skip designs.
It is actually. You're on the right track.
Okay, see, that was the first thing I was wondering.
Yes,
but-
and let me just go ahead and give you the hint, the biggest hint of all. Ikimoto forgot.
So I'm not noticing any differences in their design from the Matsuri fight a couple chapters ago.
Exactly. That's all the more a bit of the problem.
I mean, so you said it's on the page. We don't know when this takes place.
It doesn't matter when this takes place. It's not during the Matsuri fight. That's all you need to know.
I don't see the problem. If it could be like a day or a month beforehand, they could look like this, right?
No, Oodie. Come on. Ikimoto forgot. We've discussed this before.
Okay.
Trademark of the design is missing. And it's official now.
The design is missing.
Shinky. What is missing on Shinky? When he's clearly not so fatigued from a battle that he could have potentially lost.
His Iron Sand.
It is his Iron Sand jacket.
Oh god.
Ikimoto did just forget.
Or
To be
maybe
fair-
doesn't want to change it up.
To be fair, is that something that he would just have normally anyways?
Yes, he wears it around everywhere he goes in part one in both the manga and the anime. Obviously, the manga, he doesn't do a whole lot, but he's wearing it on the freaking side.
I think that's kind of fine, but that's okay. Either way.
Well, considering it's the reason he became a tree when the Iron Sand jacket would have protected him, no, it's not fine. It's not fine. I'm sorry. It's
All
completely fine.
right, all right, all right.
It's also like one of the coolest things of his design. Why would you get rid of it?
Yeah.
Are we not going to talk about how Araya looks like looks almost similar to an adult Shikamaru, except with the mask on top of his head?
Facts.
Oh no, I've been thinking that too. No,
Mhm.
speaking of Araya, can I just go ahead and spoil something?
Oh God.
Are we fucking?
Is Araya not a puppet master anymore?
Ah, dang! I forgot about that.
You know, another thing that I think Ikimoto might have forgot because
Yeah, you know the only thing in his arsenal.
Am I?
You know, because when you read the chapter, it really doesn't feel like this is a puppet.
I mean,
Maybe we'll be surprised. It'll be a reveal later on, like Ryu's gonna kill it, and it turns out it's a puppet. Maybe, but it really doesn't feel like it.
You know, Kamui, I'm doubling down on the sword being stupid and making no sense. Arai is saying, you sure about this? You'll have no chance against me when we spar. Give me a break. If anything, this will be the perfect handicap. Ha, we'll see about that. So seemingly they've sparred multiple times since then. So sword's been used just indefinitely since whenever this happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like this, is this sword Edo Tensei? It just has infinite chakra?
Not only that, though, let's come back to if Araya is a puppet, this isn't Sasori's human puppet wielding Iron Sand. His puppet shouldn't be able to just use the jutsu of the sword if he's the puppet. Like this has to be the real Araya. I feel like he can't just Araya can't just infuse wind style into his sword via a puppet. I don't think he can just do that. Anyway,
so I don't know if they're about to show a fight, but pretend they don't in case they do between Shinki and Araya. Who do you think is actually stronger in this scenario?
Shinki, bro, not even close.
I mean, Araya's saying you'll have no chance against me, and Shinki's agreeing it's going to be the perfect handicap.
Bro, freaking! I think part 1 Shinki in the anime's got this in the back.
So it's safe to say that Two Blue Vortex Shinki should also be stronger? Or maybe Araya Shinki
honestly,
are...
okay, I hate to say it. I know that Ryu is stronger than part 1 Shinki in the anime, but like, in terms of the visual feel, like, the way, the presentation, I'm blaming Ikimoto versus what the anime studio did. Shinki in the tuning exams felt more monstrously strong. I know he's not, but like he felt stronger, in my personal opinion. The same way that you can have like freaking Deepa felt stronger than Code to me, even though Code's obviously stronger. Freaking Kimimaru feels stronger than Jura half the time, even though Jura's infinitely stronger. You know what I mean? Like it's just a feeling you can get based off how they do things. I think part 1 Shinki in the anime feels stronger than Two Blue Vortex and Ryu.
Okay.
All right.
But that being said, just real quick, Kamui, I'm confused, unless you're referring to this chapter in particular, I'm confused on what you mean by part 1 Shinki feels stronger than Ryu, because we haven't seen Ryu fight yet.
Well, I have.
Okay, but when you said that, you were referring to this chapter then.
Yeah, and it's not that Ryu feels weak. It's something that, you know, you might just disagree, and that's fine. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's just like I'll just let you see it and say what you think.
So I'll just say,
the biggest thing is,
yeah, go ahead.
Is I will say right now, the fight's mostly cool, but I don't like the way Ikimoto draws fights. Troy will hate me. That's fine. I don't like it.
It's not like a movie.
Yeah. No, it's just I don't like the way he draws fights. The anime fic makes it infinitely better. Obviously, I like Kishimoto's stuff. So
Yeah.
it's not like I said, I'm not even referring to strategy, choreography. It's just the way it's drawn. I don't like it. And that could definitely be a biased thing on my part, which is why I said you might disagree, and that's fine.
So
I would say,
yeah.
Yeah.
So again, haven't read this yet, as you know, but so I'll say this before I read it. So characters in anime can have an OP thing, even though the characters themselves aren't nearly as strong. My Hero Academia did this in the War arc. Shadow Space, I'm sure he's freaking out right now. A lot of characters do this everywhere. Even like if you want to argue,
Bora's got OP regeneration, even though Boro isn't anything that crazy without it.
sure.
Except this virus.
But even like Tintin got the fan, and Tintin's not all that strong, but the fan is, so she was able to defeat Kakuzu. Or like in the War arc, Casey and Naruto gave everyone the Chakra Cloak and a Rasengan. In Dragon Ball, this happens all the time with people giving people their ki. It's a similar concept. In this case, not only is Araya stronger, because it's Araya plus Shinki in terms of chakra and ability, but also he's taking away Ryu's probably, I would assume, number one asset. So it's like if, let's just say that randomly Yoroi was fighting Gaara, the guy from the prelims of Hot Sasuke. Let's just say Yoroi was fighting Gaara, and I don't care how he does it, he just catches Gaara off guard, and he's able to like absorb Gaara's chakra in a way to where now Yoroi can use sand, and Gaara just can't. So Gaara has to use essentially taijutsu, like he's Lee, versus Yoroi, who just has sand. That's what I'm assuming is happening here, but I obviously haven't read it yet. But it's like a push and pull tug of war in both ways to like even the playing field like that.
Yeah, real quick, I'm gonna say something even more bold, just because I think it's hilarious, and I still stand by it. I think Gaara feels stronger in the Kimimaro fight than Ryu.
Oh my god. But okay, so without spoilers, are you saying that because of environment, which is one of my 3 things that I listed as, I guess 4 things I listed as measurement?
One of them.
Okay.
It's involved.
Fair enough. Okay. Scrolling down. And so, for clarification, for my answer for which one would be stronger in the sparring match, Araya or Shinki from whenever this was, honestly, probably Araya, assuming Shinki can't use his sand, but Shinki probably has higher stats, but like the hacks on Araya would be insane. But like, we really don't know, so it could go either way. This would just be pure speculation.
No. Remember Shinki's like 100 billion feathers attack? I'll just say right now, Araya's not swinging 100 billion slashes to stop that shit. It's not just an insta stops the iron sand type of thing. Like, you'll see how it works, but like
Okay.
that's just too much.
I mean, keep in mind, Kamui, you've already read the chapter, so you know. I haven't, so I don't, which is hard to imagine you taking away that knowledge. But the only thing I've seen is it working at the end of chapter 18, and you saw how it works there. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm just imagining. Anytime Araya slashes a sword, he can just do that to the iron sand. So.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see exactly, but like,
Okay.
yeah.
So ... I'm glad I scrolled down for that text bubble. Really glad Ikimoto included that text bubble.
Yeah, it was very necessary. Ikimoto doesn't waste a single panel, guys.
The real reason is because he didn't want to draw extra smudges on that rock, so he's just like being lazy, just adding blank space there.
That's funny.
It's all for the purpose of protecting father batter. Okay. Oh wait, who's saying that? Okay. This is funny. I thought this white thing right here was indicating Konkuro was saying that. It's just part of his design, just looks wrong.
Like Gaara's continuing. That's why I want to say as much as possible.
So not gonna lie, so you should pay Yodo some attention to. That's funny considering he seemingly didn't, but that's besides the point. So this is really funny that it's like this just looks weird. I don't think you can see my screen right now, but
No, I walked away.
okay.
But I could just pull it up. Just tell me where you are.
It's not gonna make sense unless you're looking at my screen.
Line of dialogue.
So I'm just gonna take a screenshot of it and adjust it slightly. Okay. So just give me a minute here. This is gonna be a little fun little experiment here that I'm doing. Gonna make this part a little bit more white. White that out there. I'm gonna white out down here as well. Might as well. Yeah, get rid of that. Okay. That's pretty much all I need to do, really. But I guess I'll just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna Just gonna whoop. Alright, I might as well fill this in too. Do like and boom. Okay, that's probably good. Probably about right. Oh my god, it looks so ridiculous. Let me just white this part out too. Okay, I guess I'll do this for the sake of it. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Boom. Okay, I'll even do it on this side. All right, that's. I think that's about as much as I can do on this one. So I'm glad I was able to do this. Maybe just a quick little line here and there, just to keep that going. Like yeah, something like that. All right, perfect. Glad I got that done. That looks ridiculous. You're gonna die laughing when you see that. Okay, anyways, let me put that in chat. Nope, Immortal's Deafened. That would explain that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I got that done. All right.
Sick of waiting for this.
Back to the chapter. Pay attention, you do it too.
Well,
Who's a hypocrite now? All you talk about is Yodo. So, does this conversation not make sense to you too, Kamui?
I mean, it would make better sense if like Araya actually only talked about like for more than one panel.
Because of what Shinky said about Araya, unless he's just saying a nonsensical, goofy comeback anyways, this implies Shinky brought up Gaara once here.
Yeah.
So, you know what, Kamui? I'm gonna do this in pinned messages. We gotta like do this to someone. Just like anytime in like a future podcast, anyone says anyone else's name, we just gotta be like, oh, Kamui, immortal this, immortal that. All you talk about is immortal.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the thing is, now granted, in the manga, you know, you don't see a ton of Shinky, obviously, but just in that Matsuri flashback, you get the whole, like, his...
Yeah, that's all you really need. You don't even need Shinky outside of anything else. That's all you need to understand.
If you've seen the anime, then you absolutely know.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly. So it's not that. I'm completely fine with this. Like, similarly, if a concept was like Sarada and Kawaki we see them in the middle of a conversation when we go to the scene, and then Kawaki says Naruto once, and then Sarada's like, oh, Naruto this, Naruto that. All you talk about is your adopted father. Literally, word for word, the exact same thing. That makes sense. That's fine. But then if Sarada is like, oh, me and Mitsuki are going on a mission, if Kawaki turns around like, oh, Mitsuki this, Mitsuki that, all you talk about is Mitsuki, it's like, you just said it once, and like, you only said it once too, seemingly. It's just weird.
I mean, it works as a funny line,
yes,
for sure. Like in that case, especially when it's obviously like, no, she doesn't.
Exactly,
like, it's funny. The thing is with this, it's like we don't know what it's supposed to be because, I mean, obviously Araya's barely in the manga. Araya isn't talking about Yodo in the Master flashback. He's not talking. He's talking to Yodo in the mission, but he's not talking about it. Like he's thinking about Shinky more than he's thinking about Yodo, for that matter.
Yeah.
So it's like it just feels like, okay, we could just assume it's a goofy one-liner, but is it? I don't know.
Yeah. But from this, I'm getting a strong vibe that Araya loves Yodo.
Yeah, I saw this as a spoiler on Twitter where people, oh, Araya loves Yodo, but Yodo loves Shinky or something.
Yeah, that triangle, that would make sense.
The thing that they do in a freaking every single team.
Yeah. So I forget, do we not know who Yodo or Araya's parents are? Are they all adopted?
We have no idea. I believe it was either a fan translation or a previous Viz chapter that it said or implied they were all adopted by Gaara. But this chapter clearly indicates that it's not the case because he doesn't say our adopted father; he says your adopted father. So
I don't know. It's weird. I mean, it'd be
So,
kind of cool if you just remove Inojin and Shikadai, and these just are Kankuro and Shikamaru, or Tamari's kids, I guess. Kankuro just has a wife in this case.
At least Kankuro. Like, just let Arai be Kankuro show.
Exactly.
It's weird, though, because it's almost like Kankuro Gar co-parenting.
On this, though, I will say, I think this is interesting, considering... So we didn't get any indication of this at all in previous chapters, right? The only thing that we got was, if anything, the opposite of their, like, sibling dynamic with them arguing all the time, quote-unquote.
Yeah, it didn't feel like...
Okay.
Like, it's not like Naruto and Sasuke's relationship, or Naruto and Hinata's relationship, or not... Jesus Christ, Naruto and Sakura's relationship.
Yeah. And it kind of is like Naruto and Sakura's relationship based on the little we've seen, I guess. In some ways. In some ways.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's not like Yoda. I mean, Araya's not trying to get with Yoda in any. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that at all.
It's like if this is so stupid. It's like if Sakura was Tamari and Naruto was Hinata.
Yeah. It's like, I won't say it's not true, but like, it didn't feel like this was the case.
And I think there's a pretty cool direction to go, considering the thematical themes of the arc around romantic love and all that, and especially with Araya being the one to save, of all people, Yodo at the end of last chapter. I think that's also pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's just kind of like, why does it have to be a love triangle on every single team in this universe? Like, seriously. Not literally every team, but basically every team.
Yeah.
Like, how many love triangles?
It's not like that. Oh, wait, is he just saying that because... Yeah, okay. Oh, never mind, he is just saying that because... okay. Well, you talking about Yodo. He just stares at Yodo. It's not like that. And then... Slash... Okay. Hilariously just slashing Mitsuki, seemingly. Low stone sand ceiling blade. Okay. Which is especially hilarious, considering I thought, based on the above one, that, like, it wasn't cutting to real time. I thought it was staying in the flashback, and he's just randomly gonna go, like, cut Shinky for saying that or something. It's really not like that, Shinky, I'm telling you, man.
The sparring match starts now.
You? Yes. Yeah, but randomly attacking Mitsuki? No, he just straight up is. Oh, he's going for the sand. Okay, never mind.
He's free.
Yeah, free. Okay, that makes more sense. Nice. The iron sand restraining Mitsuki has been dispelled too. And then Ryu's looking on. Thank you, Araya. Yeah, I think they should have at least tried to talk to him. I will say, this is kind of weird. They're standing on the sand almost like it's quicksand. Like, it looks like they're sinking in the sand, but that'd be fine if that was consistent, but it's clearly not based on every other panel of them standing in the sand. Well,
it's just like, you know, like if you walk and see nothing too deep.
Nah, bro, that's weird. Give your thanks to Shinky after we've rescued him. Ooh. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Well, I guess that right there. It's crazy he just said that in front of you, Ryu. Forget Yodo compromising the mission. He just blew it.
Well,
blew
no,
it
the
wide
mission,
open.
like, what do you mean? No, wait, they're clearly already in fighting. It doesn't matter what he says at this point. He can say whatever.
Not necessarily. I mean, I would have tried.
Bullshit lies on its own was already enough, I think. Like,
yeah, but like we talked about last chapter, maybe Ryu was only going to go after Yodo for doing that, and he was only using Sarada. Maybe he didn't even catch on to Sarada yet, and the others were just in the clear entirely.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't expecting you to agree, so I'm glad you did. Sorry, Mitsuki. You two focus on attacking him. I'll take care of his iron sand for you. Like, that's weird. That is really weird that they're not letting Ryu take the first move and see what he does next. Especially for the cautious, timid person, but whatever, I guess. Roger that. Well, aren't you being awfully confident? I see you're totally dissing me, but that's okay. Yeah, exactly. Like, they're not even apologizing. Like, maybe that would have worked. Based on this, I'm keen to believe it would have. Like, I feel like Naruto Explained is going to make like 20 videos on the 48 laws of power of everything they did wrong in this scene right here.
Nah, bro, I don't think so. I think he's gonna explain why it's the best thing ever, based off what I've seen for the videos that you guys have pointed out, at least, and his Twitter posts. He's gonna say, "I've been saying this for 3 years."
Okay, we gotta stop. But I feel like this is just like they're just fumbling over their own mistakes, like everyone. Like,
yeah, let me just say right now, everyone except for Mitsuki is just bad at this mission.
Yeah, because it's pumping
Mitsuki's
me
the
up
only
more.
person I'm giving praise at this point.
So Kamui, you think Ryu's pumping it up more face looks like a fish too, right?
Yes.
Why does it look so weird? What happened to his lips? Oh my god.
You got the Kawaki tree.
He does not look pumped up. He looks pumped up, but not on hype. He looks pumped up on a certain other kind of thing you could get pumped up on. Yeah, cat, but
air. He's got his puffer fish stuff going on.
Also, hold on. Did they diss Ryu at all? Does Ryu know what a diss is? I'll take care of his Iron Sand for you, Missy Sarda. You two focus on attacking him. Are they talking about, like, maybe last chapter did they say something, give your thanks to Shinky after we rescued him?
Probably the give your thanks to Shinky after we rescued him.
That's not a diss. Like, I see what you're saying, but not this. I don't care what you say.
Well, it's what Ryu thinks.
Yeah. Ryu just doesn't know what a diss is. Okay, so Iron Sand, and is he gonna lodestar it? He is. And, okay. So I kind of see what you're saying. But, well, then again, when he did it against Mitsuki, it's not like the sand was attracted to his sword. The sand, like, blew backwards off of Mitsuki. And seemingly, like, not disintegrated, but, like, lost its magnetism. So I think what they're doing here, since Lodestar is, like, a magnetic material as it is anyways, I think the sand, he could either, like, attract it or repel it, or make it lose its magnetic quality, or maybe make it like a superconductor, make it more magnetic. I think what he's doing here is he's making the sand unmagnetized, so it's just like floating in the air right now, on like out of Ryu's control. Not that it's like
everything you said is just about right. Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't seen him do everything, but you've said things that he hasn't done.
Interesting. Okay. Incoming from 7 o'clock. Kamui, I'm not gonna lie. The military, like, clock things works, and it's very quick to figure out which direction. I've always hated it. I don't know about you, but, like...
I'd rather you just say the southwest or something.
Yeah, like, if someone just says that to me in combat, I'm gonna block it or whatever, but then I'm gonna slap that person for telling me a number. Screw up with that.
I know, I have to sit there and think for a second. Okay.
Exactly.
If you said like southwest, I'd get there quicker.
Same with military time. If you tell me 19 o'clock, I'm leaving.
Yes, bro.
Not even bothered.
Like, what is 19 o'clock?
I'm not gonna do the math in my head. So.
It's 7 p.m. That's what it is.
Okay.
But, like, the fact that we have to do that.
Okay, so okay.
As a meme, we should start. Okay, as a meme, real quick. I'll write this in mid messages. We should tell people use military time with like a free game or Mellow or someone is asking. Use military time for scheduling with regular guests, podcast guests.
Well, that's extra great considering we stream late. So it'll be like 22 o'clock.
And we'll just act like we've been doing this like for like we've all.
I love it. So Kamui, when I said sand tsunami, you were keeping your mouth shut for this reason, right?
This is not sand tsunami, really.
No, it's not. I agree. But it is a tsunami-shaped sand.
Nah, bro. I was keeping my mouth shut because everything you said was wrong. Because I said, do you want me to tell you if anything's right? You said, yes. I said, do you want me to tell you if anything's wrong?
Okay.
You said, no. So I said, okay. Saying nothing.
Okay. But, Kamui, you can't tell me this isn't a sand tsunami.
Yes, I can. Because that's a sand beach wave, not a sand tsunami.
Nah, bro, that is
Look at the size of
dumb.
Araya. It's not even big.
No, I'm saying shape. I'm not talking about size.
Then it's just a wave. It's a sand wave, not a sand tsunami.
Waves aren't shaped like that typically.
They are sometimes, like surfer waves.
Yeah, well, tsunamis are shaped like this all the time.
I mean, Gara's was shaped differently.
Oh,
and
God.
That's a canon tsunami to the universe.
No, that's a technique called a sand tsunami. This is just straight up a sand tsunami.
No, it's not, bro. The other one was the sand tsunami, not the...
Whatever.
Just another reason why the Gara versus Kimimaro were fighting field strike. Freaking Ryu can only make a 3-foot wave. Gara turns the whole battlefield into a desert, and Kimimaro turns into a
3-foot tsunami. Anyways.
Yeah.
But actually, this is kind of crazy, though, because that's a lot of iron sand coming from behind him. So, unless Ryu just, like, dispersed his sand everywhere, I'm curious where he got all that sand from to be behind them like that. Was it already there? Can he turn the normal sand into iron sand? Or is it going to be randomly Matsuri's tree thing to where there is iron sand underground everywhere that he can talk to as well?
So, I'll tell you right now, this chapter doesn't address it. Not a single character questions it either. And I don't think they're going to address it.
Same.
But I want them to. I want there to be something going on. I want them to say, I can turn all sand into iron sand. So I want them to do that, but I don't think they ever will.
Yeah. Okay, so slashes. It looks like a tree, but he slashes the sand. Looking up. I see you're not just all talk. Start running, doing hand styles for the.
I was ahead on accident,
style.
but yeah, that looks like a sand tree.
Yeah. Fire style, fireball jutsu. So, Kamui, has Sarada ever performed any fire style that isn't the fireball jutsu, or is that the only one she knows?
Only one I can think of, she maybe did Phoenix Flower. She might have done it versus Boro, or at least, and she might have done it somewhere in a clock rhyme or something.
I don't think so.
I think she's only done the fireball jutsu.
Funny enough, the only other thing I could think of is very, very early on in the anime, when she's fighting the 7 Ninja Swordsman. Because she does like the weird lightning ball technique that she stole with her Sharingan, but maybe she uses fire style jutsu somewhere there as well.
Honestly, the only thing I can confidently the fireball jutsu, like all she does.
Okay, so in the battle, so do you think Sarada expected this to work, or did she like also expect for Ryu to like make a sand defense shield thing in front of him? Obviously, you know what happened.
She expected him to block. I mean, I think she expected him to block it. Like, there's no way she's. I mean, I know she's stupid, but there's no way she thought that was gonna.
Yeah, I'm assuming she's going for some kind of counter and or everyone else as well, similar to Obito versus Kakashi when Kakashi makes the mud wall and then Obito does this cool trick out thing. But so I'm assuming this is just like a diversion to get this scenario in the first place, like the move behind the move that Ryu's not going to see. But what's interesting about this, why I'm thinking about it, is he has the Sharingan, but nobody else is around to link vision with them, so we don't know if that's a thing. And this could have been the perfect time to show us whether it is or isn't.
That could have been cool too, yeah. But of course, not addressed.
By the way,
honest, I don't think Ikimoto remembers the Link's vision anyway.
Yeah. By the way, this could just have different properties, or because it's chakra, it doesn't count, or it's very strong, so it wouldn't matter anyways. But, and ignore my ignorance on this, but would fire change the properties of magnets? Like, if you burn a magnet, is it more or less conductive?
Maybe, I don't know. Electricity, so like lightning style, I do think should be. Because there's like induction and stuff.
I mean, we've already seen it mess with water style, especially with Suigetsu. So, I definitely think it's good. That's interesting. Okay. Mitsuki with the snakes! It is the combo move! Bro, Mitsuki is the MVP. Whoever said they're doing Mitsuki dirty is just wrong. Unless it's later on.
Well, so, okay. I'm not going to say they did Mitsuki. I do have Mitsuki.
Okay. Well, I will say, Ryu looks almost identical to Boruto when Mitsuki wrapped him up in the snakes.
Let me look at it.
Ooh, you didn't get that initial impression. Wow. Okay.
Well, I guess he's not in the same pose.
No. But, like, I'd like a side-by-side comparison.
Okay. You know what's really funny, though? You know what's really funny? Ryu still has one hand in.
Yeah. It's like, why? Doesn't look like he fought for that hand to be free. The snakes just didn't wrap around it. It's like, are the snakes stupid? So Shinky's surprised. Sage mode! Let's go! It is Sage mode! So, I was even thinking about that. Are these Sage mode specific snakes, since he's only used them in Sage mode?
I think so. They're like made from his Sage aura.
That's crazy. So, I mean, it's obvious, but that means you think that he can't use this in base.
Well, not those specific ones.
Of course.
Regular snakes.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. It does look like it's made from his aura. Especially
it always has.
Yeah, but here's like it's way more prevalent than before. So I don't know what's happening here, but he just like erased Ryu. Did they win? They ate him? Did they devour the Shinju? They turned it around on him?
Not quite.
I mean, does he have flying Raijin? Did he magnetize himself to some other location, teleportation-wise? You got him? No, not at all. He disintegrated himself and evaded my attack. Kamui, I have a problem. Seems he can turn himself into Iron Sand too. Have a problem.
Okay.
Huh? Be careful, he'll control your bodies again. So, please tell me this is explained in more detail in this chapter.
Well...
Oh no! Kamui! Ryu's made out of the same thing Hidari and the other Shinju are made out of. He's wood. He can't heal. He can't turn his body into iron sand and vice versa. Not how that works.
So it's almost like he's using the substance without substitution jutsu. So you know when Gar like seemingly turns the sand could use the substitution jutsu? Well, just imagine if they didn't say that and they just say, oh, he turned to sand. Now he's over there. But that's basically what he's doing.
Such nonsense, bro. We can't do that. And yes, I know Suigetsu exists. I still think Ryu can't do this. They're lying. Hikimoto's lying.
Because he specifically, explicitly explained Kekkei Genkai to do that.
Oh my god. Hey everyone, it's faint, but at 2 o'clock! Oh, it's 2 o'clock, Kamui, at 2 o'clock! Oh, it's slightly to the right, but in front of you. Oh, it's 2 o'clock!
Your favorite thing, your favorite direction!
By the way, Each of them are facing different angles. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
Man, almost
So
like your cardinal direction idea.
What the starting point is. Is
Exactly.
it like the North Star? Oh, wait, it's daylight. Is it based off the sun's trajectory, even though that's changing constantly?
I don't know. See, usually...
the answer is Ikimoto's not thinking about that.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
just saying shit, which is fine. This is fine, but like...
Yeah, of course.
It's funny.
Usually I think in war, it's used, like, in position of a battlefield, or whatever vessel you're on. So, like, if you're in a plane or a tank, it would be in reference to the vehicle itself and wherever the front of it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is exactly why cardinal directions are so necessary. You totally are right. I think that's where he is. Man, he's taking a long time to reform. Also, say what you want about the demagnetization of the Lodestar nonsense in this chapter. If Araya just did what he did last chapter, Ryu just dies. Like, he can't reform. Like, if he is Iron Sand and Araya can just control it, I don't understand how I'm going to scroll down and he's doing this and it doesn't work. But I guess let's find out. So Raya's doing the sword, lodestone, sand sealing blade. By the way, I'm not keeping track of the different jutsus. All I know is lodestone. That's all I care to look at right now.
No,
are these all
he
different?
Says the same thing every single time anyway.
The same thing every single time is ridiculous.
Let me just double check. I think he just says the same name for both the regular and inverse versions of it. I think he says the same thing each time. Yeah, lodestone sand sealing blade. Now here,
Ikimoto.
Lodestone sand sealing. Yeah, he says the same thing.
Why?
Should be like the sand unsealing blade or something. Like, I don't know. Like,
you're so bad. Go back to college, Ikimoto. You're not there yet.
No, Oodie, you misunderstand. This is university level. In Naruto, because it's high school level, they would have used a different name for the opposite ability.
I don't know. Maybe wherever...
You're not thinking deep enough. Like, that would be easy writing.
Maybe wherever Jonathan Oliver is from, university is just the general term for school. And so he's like talking about like preschool.
Yeah, I mean,
like entry level. Yeah.
It's possible that, like,
so stupid.
What I was originally gonna say is maybe wherever he's from, university is just that much easier.
Oh my god. Okay, so haven't scrolled down yet, but based on this panel, I hope these are claw marks, and that's the only way I'm going to accept it. And if that's true, that is actually really cool, and I didn't think of that, and I will give Ikimoto's props. Now, let me scroll down and inevitably be disappointed. All right, disappointed. Yeah. But wouldn't that be so cool if he can't reform because of Araya, so he makes a claw mark to go through it to form in the other dimension and come back? Similar to what Hidari did. Right?
The other thing is, Araya's actually specifically reforming him. It's the opposite. Ryu didn't want to reform. Araya's making him reform.
Oh my god. So by the way, you realize that this means that the Soul Thorn, he can turn that into Iron Sand as well.
Potentially.
Well, not potentially. He did it. We've already seen he did just do it.
Yeah, good point, actually, because well, at least Ryu can turn into Iron Sand. Yeah, because he wasn't there.
But if this is the case,
the Soul Thorn makes no sense.
So
anyway.
So did Araya just?
Hidari's Soul Thorn is made of Iron Sand. It looks like the way it just reconstitutes.
Oh, actually, it's interesting. I really doubt that's what they're going for, but it's an idea.
It's not.
It's
not.
That
would make no sense, but
yeah. The rotting Soul Thorn that can reconstitute itself entirely, but but whatever. Actually, okay, real quick, hate to derail. hypothetically, assuming they just constantly kept the Soul Thorn blown up, do you think that's like pausing its time since it's not in existence to rot in the first place? It's like grains floating in the air. Is it rotting in that stage?
Is it the lack of tree wood style body nutrients or whatever? Like what's making it rot? Is it the exposure to oxygen?
That's what I think.
Like,
but then again, Ryu wasn't concerned about his Soul Thorn rotting when he exposed it to oxygen for who knows how long.
Even the Soul Thorn, for all we know, is the Iron Sand trick, so we don't know.
Yes, especially based on this, but I don't know. Unless they give indication otherwise, it probably just was the Soul Thorn. But
you know what? You know what the sad truth is? They're probably never going to mention a rotting Soul Thorn ever again.
God.
It's never going to come up again.
Oh my god. So Kamui, since he's reconstituting Ryu, do you think he's reconstituting him with the Soul Thorn? But I don't think he can do that. Like, I don't think he's doing that in general, Araya, but assuming he is, he's only doing Iron Sand in the shape of a Soul Thorn. I don't think he can put the Soul Thorn back to normal.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Ikimoto's definitely not thinking about this.
I know.
He's just, like, Ryu dispersed himself into Iron Sand, and he's just, like, putting it back together, basically. So it's just gonna, it just is doing the inverse of whatever Ryu did, which is why it's just gonna go back together normal, I would say.
So, I agree with what you're saying. And that's as far as it goes. That's all there is to it. But that means Araya can transform Iron Sand into Shinju. I hope you realize that. He's turning iron into wood. He can also make Rinnegan, by the way.
I mean, yeah, I would like to see Araya just make a Shinju. Just do it.
Ridiculous. Oh, God. But, like, can he control this? Could he only form half of Ryu, or form him in the shape of a triangle or something? Like, why is he making Ryu back like this? I guess I'll find out.
Yeah,
but...
why not make Ryu like a cripple?
Exactly. Because what I'm thinking, they don't want to fight Ryu in the first place, since they know fighting him is meaningless anyways. He'll just come back from death. Since he can do this, it's weird he didn't just reconstitute only the Soul Thorn and that's it. Just like run away with it.
Like, and I don't think he has control over that.
But it feels like he has control over reforming Ryu how he wants, but maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know, yeah. They're not going to address that anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible that Ryu's just putting all the Iron Sand together and... Or that Araya is putting all the Iron Sand together and that Ryu is choosing to reconstitute because of that. Rather than Ryu being forced to reconstitute because of Araya doing this. But I don't understand how that would benefit Araya and not Ryu. So it's like what he was doing anyways. He's just helping him out, if anything. Go for it! Like, if anything, you'd think Araya would want to keep him as separated for as long as possible as he can to let his team do a counterattack, prepare that or whatever. So we get Chidori.
And Sara's using Jutsu number 2.
So...
Oh, no, she does know 3. She knows Chidori's stream now. That's right, she does one Jutsu.
Alright, yeah. Okay. So she knows 3. So, Kamui. When I scroll down, and she doesn't have the Soul Thorn in her hand, like she had Boro's
I know, but I read this, I was like, oh my god, just like Boro, and then I was disappointed.
Yeah, so when I scroll down and see she doesn't have that, despite having her Sharingan activated and it being the exact same thing, and that being the point of activating her Sharingan, just know I'm going to be disappointed. Alright, so you ready? And there it is. Alright, disappointed.
Yeah.
You got him? No, it was too sharp. Man, every time he unconstitutes himself, is she gonna be saying that?
Well, also scroll up. This shit was not too shallow. Look at where the impact is. It's freaking less shallow than the Boro one, which is right on point. It's less shallow than the Hidari one. She got him freaking in the near center stomach.
What does too shallow even mean? What was she aiming for if not going for the Soul Thorn? And if she was going for the Soul Thorn, why was it too shallow? We know that Chidori can just pierce straight through you and turn you into a donut.
She seemingly did go straight through. And if Ryu hypothetically just, imagine like Suigetsu turns to water before you hit him. If Ryu turned to Iron Sand before she hit him, it's not too shallow. It's just, oh no, he turned to sand. It didn't work. Like, on what planet is this too shallow?
See, now let me rewrite the scene without changing a single thing. All you have to do, add a text bubble right here. He's not saying grr. He's saying that he knows that Sarada is going for his Soul Thorn, and so he turned into Iron Sand at the last moment, and she did grab the Iron Sand that would have been the Soul Thorn. But it was Iron Sand, so it doesn't matter. There you go, I fixed it.
Or he turns to Iron Sand first, and she says, I was too late.
Exactly.
Or anything but to, or just delete the line of dialogue about it being too shallow. Another option.
Doesn't make sense, yeah. Damn it! We'll track him down. He just turned himself into sand and hit again. To be fair, I don't think he's hiding. Like, I wouldn't describe this as hiding, but whatever you want to say, girl boss. Whatever hypes yourself up at the end of the day. And so, no, actually, I think Immortal was right. We're over halfway down the chapter. I think this is just a quick chapter. Anyway, so...
It is quicker, but...
So
we've also been streaming for like 2 hours.
To be fair, we didn't start until 45 minutes in.
Which is why it's about 2 hours.
Okay.
Well, actually, I don't know when we started. I don't know.
Okay, so we got more of Momoshiki. Glad to see it. At a different angle.
Wait, what?
Momoshiki's hair from Matsuri.
Okay, I was like, wait, no, you don't.
Yeah. So you said it was 1 page of Ada, right? Well, I don't think it's at least 2, considering the only thing she's saying here is, I think.
Oh.
Also, this is hilarious. I'm just gonna take a picture of this when this is an intro.
You're right. She gets barely into the second page. Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So no, this is important. My bad. I'm gonna put this intro topic. So we just have like cross-eyed Ada in this chapter. She get like a lobotomy. Like what happened? This is the worst Ada's ever looked.
I'm starting to think eyes are not Ikimoto's strong.
Oh my god.
Giving everyone the googly eye treatment.
It looks like a freaking goldfish.
Our edits in these videos are just how.
Yeah, Monster looks like a pufferfish. Ada looks like a goldfish. Oh my god. Okay, so I think the issue isn't what she wants to call you. So match at it is that you two don't share a relationship that allows it. But that's beyond you, isn't it? Konohamaru-chan. Okay, that's hilarious, bro.
That's what I said. That's what I was gonna say. Someone else calls him it, and whenever they interact again, she calls him Konohamaru-chan.
Yeah. Well, Ada's interacted with Konohamaru at least once, I think, on a couple of occasions. Did she?
Yeah, but it was Lil Kono in part.
Well, Little Kono is Konohamaru-chan. Like, that's just how they're translating it. I'm very confident.
Yeah. No, the only thing is, she says it, but I don't think she says it to Konohamaru. It's more like she says it as he's approaching or something like that.
See, what I really hope Konohamaru flips out on it in the future.
Exactly. Because if he doesn't, that'd be like...
It's so stupid. I love it.
Maybe it's because of the love charm, so like she gets away with it.
I don't know. No, I wanted to be despite the love charm. That's how serious he is about it. Like, I don't know. For some reason, he just adopted like, like
actually,
Jorobo's personality for some reason.
I'm gonna post this in chat. This actually just might be like a screw up. Because, I mean, he is literally just staring at her on the top of the staircase, and she's like, "Little Konohamaru, eh? My childhood friend, how sweet." And then he just like passes out from the love jar. Like, he's not even like concerned about it at all.
See, the thing is, with mad genius characters, if you're going to depict him like that, I'm not saying he is, I'm saying he has like the characteristic traits, behavior, personality of one. When it gets to be serious, that's when they lock in, and they're consistent in that regard. Naruto is like that. Konohamaru is like that as well.
Yeah.
So,
that's the thing.
This doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say right now, Ikimoto was not thinking that anyone else saying that name was going to be important when he wrote that line.
Yeah. So...
Like, anyone could have said it. He would have been...
Oh, right. I forgot. Okay. Did you see the thing I posted above that?
No. Look.
Look.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
That's.
I was wondering. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, at first I was like, well, I was like, why did you do that? But I was like, oh, I see. It's like the way the panels were anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, why?
It's like if you
see, like,
don't notice, it just looks right almost. Like it's obviously
well, not quite though, because that's the thing. In Death Note, they would have connected in a cool way.
Yeah.
But in Boruto, they're just randomly just off.
Yeah. It's like it makes me think it's unintentional as well, which makes it even worse.
Yeah, I know it's definitely not intentional, because otherwise, if it was intentional.
Yeah. What she wants to call you so much as it is that you two don't share a relationship that allows it. So, do you think Ada's right here? Hypothetically, if Matsuri waited a week before saying Konohamaru-chan, like they're just doing the room sharing mission, let's say, would Konohamaru just be okay with it? Like, I think the point is that he's never okay with it because it's Matsuri and Moegi's in the tree.
Yeah, because like the relationship that would allow it would either best friends, like bestest friends, or like romantic, and Konohamaru's never gonna let anyone but Moegi have that relationship with him. So it's not the name, it's just that Matsuri can't take Moegi's place in however Konohamaru feels about it. Matsuri can't take that place. It's not the name, it's the relationship.
I guess that's a way to say Ada's right. Yeah.
That's how I interpret it. I mean, I just kind of gave Ada the...
Yeah, I
felt like she was supposed to be right.
It's here, like 95% the same as how I'm interpreting it. Just slightly changed. That is, yeah, mostly that.
I think Ada's supposed to be right here because, like, her. Yeah. In this case, it feels like she's right. So, like, I'm just gonna interpret it that way.
Yeah, that's fair. Ada, what's the situation? Konohamaru's in a pinch.
See, like, even Ada agrees with us. Royal.
What did they say that in the official?
Yeah.
He royally pissed off of Matsu.
If I was Koji,
I'm so glad I was doing a phrase so you could just hear. Or what is it?
If I was Koji, I'd be like doing the here on my facepalm, like.
That is about to get devoured. Oh God. Okay. What about Sarda the others? Can they take down Ryu? So Boruto can't hear Ada, so he's only hearing what Kashin Koji's saying, and I think that Kashin Koji's speaking like this intentionally to not clue Boruto in on anything.
Yeah, I assume he can't hear Like, I assume Koji just hears from the tone. Yeah, I agree.
But also it's kind of interesting how Koji's getting like updates in real time, like that matters, when based on what Koji wants anyways, it shouldn't matter.
Wait a minute.
Because Boruto's not going to go either way. If he gets his
Boruto
way.
has to be hearing her. Two things. One, she's talking about like Koji says, Ada, what's the situation? She responds with Konohamaru. Boruto says, what about Sarada and the others? Can they take down Ryu? That doesn't... It feels like he's saying that because Ada talked about Konohamaru, so what about the others?
No, but I just thought Koji was saying it, I'm going to be honest.
No, because also, in the next panel, Ada's clearly the one speaking, and then they cut to Boruto doing a ... in response
standing
to
up,
Ada.
grabbing a sword, the exact same thing he did when he invaded Konoha, when the Shinju invaded, the exact same thing. With a smoldering face and all.
Yes, but anyway, though, he's doing a ...
Yeah,
Ada,
yeah.
so I feel like he's hearing her.
Yeah. But forgive me, Kamui, for not noticing these specks indicating that Boruto's talking instead of Koji. I'm sorry I didn't see these pixels that indicate how clearly it is.
Oh, that's funny.
Come on.
So you thought Koji was talking?
Yeah. I mean, it just makes sense anyways. Whatever. They're holding their own, but it's still too early to tell how things will end. So they're in no position to go help Konohamaru right now. Which is exactly why Konohamaru should have ended it early, so that he can be in position to go assist them, who are in no position, because they're barely holding their own right now.
They're all doing so bad at this mission.
Some leader. Konohamaru doesn't even really have an excuse. I mean, he does, but you know what I mean.
Mitsuki should have been the leader.
I know you want to rush over there.
Mitsuki would have done better with Monster than Konohamaru.
Okay, I mean, at least they're saying this. This is addressing what I'm saying. But he's clearly saying that to Boruto standing up with a ... smoldering face. Grabbing a sword. So I'm not gonna count it, but I'm liking that they at least added something. So it's better than it could have been. Alright, so we got Jura. So okay, I'm not gonna lie. I looked at this for I glanced at it for a split second. I read the word opinion as Damon, and I was about to explode with excitement.
Ideally, David.
Well, I wasn't even reading these first 3 words. I was just reading this third line here. I just read Damon ... That
would have been cool.
I don't care what he has to say. Just anything, Damon.
Yeah, maybe Jura's the one I would have.
Life forms should obey their obey their instincts to strive towards the goal known as evolution. So I'm assuming he's gonna say more than that, because Hidari's...
Yeah.
Yeah, so yet, because of their social nature, humans bind themselves with restraints called reasoning, dulling that instinct. This feels like something Hidari would say.
Bro, wait till you see what Hidari says. You're gonna... Hidari's so stupid.
But this is... So, it... There has to be more that Jura says that you're thinking of that is good for us, because this is the exact opposite of helpful for Jura, if anything.
No, keep reading.
Okay, that's really weird. But it's a harmful side effect of acquiring intelligence. But that's not just for humans, that's for them as well.
Well, keep reading.
I know. But this is the important part of the chapter. So, and it's why humankind carries a fatal flaw.
Yeah. Okay. So real quick, I'm pretty when I read that, I was very confused. I'm like, I don't think faces is supposed to be like one or the other.
Yeah, I think
was
they
like,
just
humankind
translated
faces.
one word as both words.
Yeah,
Like one
I was
kanji
like,
that is
I
two
don't
different
think-
meanings.
I was like, does he mean humankind faces? Like the faces of humans carry a fatal? I was like, doesn't make sense. So I was like, I'm just
He's calling
reading it
Konohamaru
as
ugly.
yeah, he's like. So I'm just assuming carries. Just ignore faces. But
I mean, faces
Yeah.
could just also be interesting on its own if that's the word. you ignore
faces
carries.
works, just not faces carries.
Yeah.
Like one or the other.
Okay. I also wanted to put this in mistakes. Let me just get both pictures. Let me first of all post that.
Let's also add to the mistakes the weird line if you didn't already. The faces carries.
Sure. Yeah, okay, we'll go back here.
So that's definitely a mistake, whatever it is. There's also something else you're gonna read. I looked it up. I don't think it is a mistake, but I am definitely questioning why the hell this media chose that word.
I don't care if it's a Japanese influence or whatever it is. Like, pick something people know.
Yeah. So where was the faces thing? Is it below? It's gotta be below, yeah.
It was the bottom right panel of one of the pages there when Jura's
Yeah.
talking.
I was going too far. Which panel is it?
I'm not looking at your screen, but
Yeah.
it's the first page when Jura's talking. Bottom right panel. Now.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of bottom right panels, even though there's only like 2 of them.
Bro, it's the first page that Jura starts speaking on.
Yeah, but it's not like I can't find it. Okay, I don't know.
Well,
what
the
to
bottom right panel, not the bottom right. The bottom right. There's only one bottom right.
Okay, there I got it.
Confusion. It's so the bottom right speech bubble too.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't believe you actually just said
There's so many bottom rights. Only one.
There's only one that mattered.
There's just only one on that page. Bottom right.
Yeah. Well, at least you didn't say like 5 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah, I should have
The
said
5 o'clock panel.
What
Like
would, would
4:30
that be?
panel.
7 o'clock. Yeah, 7 o'clock. I should. Okay, from now on, we're gonna.
For now, yeah, we got to do it with a guest.
We're gonna start this like. All right, let's write that in pin messages. We're
Can
gonna
we do it or
use
you got it?
the clock as the direction. I'll get it.
Okay,
While
you got it.
Keep reading.
Okay. So, okay. Let me go back to the mistakes tab now that we're done getting stuff for now, anyways. Okay. So you might disagree, but I'm curious what you're gonna think on this anyways. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm good.
Okay, so you're seeing my screen?
Oh no, sorry. Let me go do that real quick and then go back upstairs.
Well, in the current chapter, I'll start with this one anyway, since it's like the second one, but it's okay. So Jura's saying right now, life forms should obey their instincts to strive towards the goal known as evolution, yet because of their social nature, humans bind themselves with restraints called reasoning, dulling that instinct. He's essentially dissing humanity, almost ignorant to them in a weird way. But that's weird, considering everything they built up about Jura praising the Leaf Ninja, and Jura's talking so highly about
he
humans.
just spent the whole last arc learning about humanity.
Exactly. And so, again, I say this is something Hidari would have said. In the previous arc, chapter 9, Hidari says, fools, they don't seem too intelligent because they're running away or whatever. And then Jura is the one correcting him. That's not true. Something is driving them past their own survival instincts. What that something is likely to be crucial information for us as well.
Well, that's another thing. Why is it crucial why does he care? Because to him, this is a flaw.
Exactly.
Now, I will say, you keep reading, he figures out what that something is, and I think it works, but it's like,
looking at it negatively in a sense. But real quick though, it is funny. Like he says in chapter 5, there's no change to our goal of reaching our final evolution of becoming the divine. And then he's saying here, that should be the goal. Strive towards evolution. And that's what our instinct is. We don't let anything get in the way of our instincts. Like, bro, then why aren't you freaking devouring Kawaki already? It's like, I don't know how like nobody's asking that. I don't know how Mamushi is not saying, why don't we just devour Kawaki then?
Just like
bro was asking him that in chapter 5. He's like, oh, like Naruto's not an Otsutsuki. What's up with that, bro?
Weird. And if humanity's all that bad, then it's kind of weird that you're choosing humanity as your target, by the way.
Yeah, why do you want to devour them so much?
Yeah, you mean you want to devour those flaws?
Yeah. Trying to nerf yourself?
If that's the case, I'm surprised you didn't want the soul thorn to rot. Think about how corrupted it would have been then. Okay, so let's read further. I see. Poor humans, but it's got nothing to do with us. Not so fast. For that is the only harmful effect of intelligence. Okay.
Is it the only harmful effect?
Let's keep reading. This other concept carries with it the risk of causing even us divine trees serious problems.
Oh my god. To be fair, outside of obviously when we do the reading, when I do it, but when I've been reading these Boruto chapters on my own, quite a few chapters now, it's gotten worse and worse. So like a Death Note or any other manga for that matter, I like examine every single detail of every single panel.
Yeah.
I just haven't been doing that with Two Blue Vortex. Like that really goes to show like how waning how downhill things have gone for my interest in this story. Like I'm just reading the dialogue and skimming through it. I skimmed through the fight. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like I'm not even reading it compared to how I read. Like this is insane how much I'm not reading it.
That's insane. I mean, I don't know exactly which parts you're going back and reading, but when Kawaki came on to prepare for that, I was rereading the Kawaki manga part. And it wasn't like, obviously, not, no matter what the interest is, it's not going to be the same as the first read that takes hours per page. But, like, I was spending, like, a long time. Like, as pretty much as much as normal.
When I was rereading, like, the Kawaki arc, that's different. I'm talking about Two Blue Vortex.
Okay, so it's specifically an Ikimoto problem.
Yeah. Like, I can reread the Ao arc now. I've examine everything. What's crazy though is I feel like the art was low-key better back then. So the thing is, Ikimoto's art has gotten better in some aspects, like really better, but in other aspects, I think it's gotten worse.
Oh god.
Like for example, you just go look up like a panel of like Kashin Koji or like Ao from back then. It's so detailed. Yeah, you look at them now, you look at freaking Inojin or Mitsuki now, it's like, what is this like AI upscaled Matsuri Ai nonsense we're looking at? Yeah. Like, you look at on the right there.
Yeah.
Like that's how he's drawn the character. And now it's like it's probably because he didn't have to think of any writing shit back then. He was just drawing.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, that's a lot of detail. And I know this is
like
just a cover, but still.
Say what you want about the art style back then. Look at that Koji panel at the bottom right even.
Yeah.
So it's such a simple thing. It's like, say what you want about the art style. Now, obviously, you look at Boruto there, it's not really that great.
To be fair, Kochi's face looks really long here in comparison to normal, but that's okay.
Yeah, but like just like in terms of detail. But now we're like, look at like what are the details now? It's freaking Matsuri Pac-Man eyes. It's just like
God.
Even like there's Two Blue Vortex. This isn't anything good to write home about.
Like these aren't even bad panels. I mean, this is just normal Inojin. This is just how he looks.
Yeah.
So, oh my god, Kamui, you're gonna want this one.
Oh my god, save that.
Sending it to you right now.
That's hilarious. I never would have imagined clown noise. That's so funny.
Okay. So it's called Love. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay, his hair there looks goofy, by the way.
Jura's?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
Down here,
But
yeah.
anyway, so real quick.
It
It is weird that he thinks that the concept of love might cut them serious problems. The divine trees, it's a side effect of intelligence. This side effect of intelligence might cause the divine tree problems. What is the something that was allowing Team 10 to surpass their instincts? He goes on to explain it, actually. It's the love. The love is what surpassed their instincts, and it's a problem for them. Why is he saying humankind faces this fatal flaw? Unlike us divine trees who stay true to our instincts. He then goes on to explain how love, the thing that's a problem for them, is what surpasses their instincts. Huh? He's contradicting himself again in this chapter. It's only been 2 panels.
So I think that's just Nikimoto problem. I think what they're going for here is Jura doesn't realize that Matsuri is in love with Konohamaru, and that's
Well,
like.
I was wondering
That's
though,
why.
does he know or not? Because
I don't think so.
like he's saying this at the same time. He's saying like this is a problem for us as Matsuri's having the problem.
I think
I'm very
that's
curious.
just Ikimoto
Is he
doing it at the
just
same
saying
time, and it makes no sense for Jura to
Yeah.
be saying this right now anyways, but he just is. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but like, well, obviously, just saying it right now anyway, it's kind of just random plot convenience. But like, the question is like, does he know or not? Because he might not. It could go either way. I'm just curious which it is.
I feel like he would have mentioned Matsuri if that was the case, though. Or just
Yeah, that's
anything
the
going on.
thing. So it feels like he's just saying like, hey, be wary of this.
That could be it as well. Yeah, it's like a
But
warning.
then the question though is, why does he even think they can have love? Because according to him, God forbid they could never disobey their instincts. So why does he think they can have love?
Social nature is interesting. Is social nature?
you aren't being social as fuck right now.
I'm gonna look up social nature definition. Social nature is the idea that humans construct and interpret nature through language, imagery, and characterization. It's also a core concept in the idea that nature is social. Okay, well, that last part just. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Google. Social nature is a non-dualistic way of thinking that emphasizes the inseparability of society and nature. It's a core concept in the book of social. Oh, it's a book. It's a theory, or a practice. It's a politic. I know.
I bet you that's what yours are reading, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of funny. Since he's holding a book, maybe he is telling them something he's just now read in a book. That's both funny and cool.
Honestly,
I like that.
I think that is actually the case then.
Yeah, think about that. The book argues that nature is social in 3 ways. Knowledge of nature is influenced by the biases of the knowers. Societies intentionally and unintentionally reconstitute nature. Societies have internalized nature into social processes. So I feel like the first one is what he's really going for. I feel like Naruto as a series would be the second one. And the third one we haven't really got kind of Naruto, but second one's very interesting for Naruto. Societies intentionally and unintentionally reconstitute nature. I think that's interesting. Especially with like that Kaguya rewrite we mentioned like last night or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there there is examples. Okay. The American bullfrog has been portrayed in many different ways, including as an economic savior and a monster. I don't understand them. That's an example.
Yeah, I was confused by that too.
Well, it's an example. idea that humans construct and interpret nature through language, imagery, and characterization. Okay. I don't understand exactly what they mean by construct nature. The idea that humans construct nature. That seems almost paradoxical.
Yeah, I don't know. Not an expert. This must be the college level philosophy.
We're giving Jonathan Oliver the benefit of the doubt here, but we're trying. Anyways. Humans find themselves with restraints called reasoning, dulling that instinct. So he's saying social nature is a bad thing. That humans shouldn't do that. Okay.
As he proceeds to do it.
So something I want to point out on Jura's first things that he's saying here. Ideally, in my opinion, life forms should obey their instincts to strive towards the goal known as evolution. So here's the thing. He's saying life forms here. He's not even specifying human like he does later. So Kamui, how? So Kamui, right now, or just in general in your life, are you striving towards evolution? You know, let me rephrase that. Rephrase that. Kamui, can you strive towards evolution?
Depending on your context, your contextual definition of evolution, yes. But if you mean Darwin evolution, no.
Well, that's what Jura's obviously referring to, in my opinion.
Well, he's not referring to Darwin evolution. He's referring to like chakra fruit evolution bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
but
yes?
But let's just go with that.
Okay.
You think the fucking worms are doing that shit? No, they can't. They don't even have the option.
Yeah.
I mean, on their mind, they don't have a mind to do.
Well, worms was like the end result to say, obviously, because they're more simplistic than humans. But even beings as complex as humans, they don't have the ability to strive towards Darwin evolution. That's not something we can do. Like, we can try and make the goal to multiply as fast as possible to get as many generations out as possible. That's not helpful for evolution either, because that's not how evolution works. But
it's literally just adapting to the environmental situations. Like life forms can't do that.
It's not even an adaptation. It's just like an accidental mutation that happens to not get bottlenecked out.
Yeah, because it's something that worked out well enough that they just keeps, like it just.
Yeah, like evolution is more realistically survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
So
it's something you strive. I mean, I guess you can, but it's like you're not the one evolving. You just
exactly. Like, nobody can evolve. Like on average,
we're not Pokemon. Like
fake evolution, but not intentionally. Like, it's not a. It just doesn't work.
He's got to be referring to like chakra fruit stuff, like the Otsutsuki's mindset, but it's like again. I mean, he can say all life forms should like be striving for like that, but like, yeah, I guess Akamaru should be trying to eat a chakra fruit. I guess that's the moral of the story. I don't know what else we're supposed to take away from this.
Yeah, but like, let's just go with it. Let's just say Jura's right. And for whatever reason in Naruto, if humans obeyed their instincts, then they would just evolve. Okay, let's just go with that. Makes no sense, but let's just go with it. So Jura's saying that humans don't do that because of reasoning.
You know what's funny? Orochimaru actually does that. You know why? Because of reasoning. The inverse, for that matter. Orochimaru reasoned that he should do that.
You know what? I'm gonna take a picture of this, and if you can find the Orochimaru one, we're putting that in mistakes as well.
Okay. Like, I mean, I guess like the best thing to do would basically just. So I mean, I think he might talk about like evolution stuff in some Boruto chapters, maybe to Kabuto. But the main one I was gonna look at is like him talking to Hiruzen in the room. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But again, I'm gonna let you find that because I have no idea where that would be.
Yeah, let's just see what he says. It's blading.
Okay, if you want to find that and then read chat, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And yeah. Okay, cool. Glad I gave you something to do. Look at how good my friend I am.
How am I gonna read chat if I'm like doing? You're asking me to do like I'm not gonna do a good chat reading if I'm too busy reading the manga panels, screenshots of. It's so stupid. Anyway, I think this is probably enough to send Orochimaru basically talking about the shit. I mean, he's literally explaining what the ultimate being is, so I feel like this suffices. Specifically, he who masters all is truly worthy of the title being. And you know how he explains later on, he just wants to unlock all the secrets of the world and all that jazz. So yeah, I mean, he's literally like seeking evolution the same way the Otsutsuki are. He wants to become the ultimate being. Okay, evolution, the same thing. And yeah, he's only reasoning all of this. These are things he wants to do. Like, this isn't instinct. So yeah, not really sure what to make of that. Yeah, I'm curious of what he says to Kabuto. But anyway, Splinter says that would be a terrible conclusion to Konohamaru. Something just tells me that Matsuri will stop devouring Konohamaru because he will eventually do something to stop it. Okay, what would he do? Konohamaru dying doesn't make any sense there and right now. Well, why doesn't it make sense? I think him dying will reawaken Sarada's MS. I don't think she knows she has it. Honestly, bro, this is hilarious. I don't want it to be Konohamaru to be the one, but in light of her whole Obito reawakening nonsense argument from the other day, low-key, I want a Sarada Mangekyo reawakening scene so that we can just pretend it's the awakening, because I don't like the first one. And honestly, if it's done right, then it can be Konohamaru. But that will be less impactful because Konohamaru didn't do anything interesting to at least fight through it. Well, it's too late now anyway. Like, bro's being stupid. He's fighting it in the worst way possible. And what do you want? Like, I mean, no offense, but like, if Gaara's getting bodied, Gaara and his team are getting bodied by a not caring Matsuri, Konohamaru should not be stopping a bloodlusted, angry Matsuri. Like, he should be helpless. Konohamaru's not stronger than Gaara. He got bodied by Hinari, no problem.
Officially back.
It will be the same with Himawari that triggered her power because you know Jean almost died. No, funny you say almost died, Splinter. I can't wait till we keep reading the chapter.
Oh.
But this time Konohamaru will die for real. No one will really care. The fan base hates Konohamaru already. I hope he does. I want to see that extra low-key, it is sad when we're like rooting for Konohamaru's death just to see what will happen if someone gets devoured. But I'm with him. Let's see what happens.
And some people from the fan base think that Konohamaru devouring means them turning into a tree, just like Sasuke got turned into a tree and lives. No, it's not. Same with Himawari. If Jura would devour Hima, she would die there. They confuse devouring clock lines with Shinju's. Think it's like the same. Pretty hilarious if you ask me. I like the fan translation more. Jura said that humans can't evolve because they are immortal. Shinju's, on the other hand, are probably immortal. Well, they're not immortal, but they might be like anti-aging.
There's different levels of immortal, and so anti-aging would be a form of immortality.
Yeah, but they're not like immortal.
Well, if they are anti-aging, then they are immortal, but there's different layers.
You know, are they anti-aging considering how Hidari's gonna rot?
Oh, that's a good point. Like, hypothetically, if a plant gets stuck in a tree and is never like picked, it would still rot, right? The fruit. Like, even if it's inside of its cocoon of its Shinju, it's still gonna rot, I think.
I don't know how the rotting thing works. The rotting's just bullshit. But I will say it should be different if Matsuri devours Konohamaru from the clock grind. But to be fair, for anyone who thinks it might be the same, let's be honest. If it was the same, would you really be that surprised from Ikimoto for doing the same thing again? No, you wouldn't, okay? You would be exactly as expected. So, whereas it should be different, I'm not going to say it definitely will be.
Man, Kamui, I just got some phantom pains from when I thought Boruto was good. I wanted to defend Boruto there. Oh, that felt weird.
The good old days. Before chapter 78. That's when it all started to go downhill. I remember doing the chapter review, and I was just so underwhelmed by Boruto's scar. That was the beginning of the end.
Oh, God.
Anyway, that's chat.
Okay, perfect. I read almost none of it. To be fair, I'm not done with the chapter yet, so that's something. So are fan translations a thing this month? Is this the Viz translations?
There was some on Twitter. They were posting like not like the Viz like online ones. It was like physical copies of the chapter and translations. I didn't read any of it.
Okay.
I don't even know if they're still up.
Sure.
I can log, I guess. Boruto to Blue Vortex chapter 10. Let's see if Felix has the post still. Pretty sure he was posting them anyway. Let me just search Felix. Felix Boruto.
So I think I'm going to present a rewrite to you. I don't know if you're going to like this more or worse.
Yeah, it looks like you took it down.
So keep all this the exact same as it is. That's not the problems I'm fixing. If you were to keep everything else the same and change one thing, I'm going to change it from reasoning to emotion.
I mean, that's how it was originally feeling before this, but the reason, so it kind of depends because so there's a pro and con to both. In terms of outside of Jura contradictions, especially looking at Team 10, emotion would be good, but in terms of Jura being a hypocrite, reasoning is infinitely better because Jura's disobeying his instincts always because of reasoning. It's not because of emotion. He's not getting emotional about anything in particular. He's not getting emotional about Boruto and blah, blah, blah. So it's reasoning in that case. So that works better there. But emotions dulling the instincts kind of works better in some aspects too. So, there's a pro and con there.
I agree with 100% of that entirely. I agree it's a pro and con. I don't know which one I prefer. because I think I might prefer emotion, just biased aside. Because this is a love arc. It's emotion. He's explaining that emotion with the specific of love, or even elaborating on emotion to get to love.
So I don't know if you're gonna like this, but technically he is covering both. He's like splitting them into two things. He's saying reasoning's the first, love / emotions the other. So,
I mean, kind of.
He's basically Jura's fallen prey to reasoning, while Matsui's falling prey to love.
Yeah, but like it's like we were saying months ago.
And Hidari's falling prey to being stupid.
Yeah, it's like we were saying months ago. I'm just gonna dumb it down a bit, but like emotion is humanity's greatest strength and greatest weakness at the same time. So I feel like that could have worked here as well. But then again, I once again I feel like that's something Hidari would have said, and then Jura would have corrected. But yeah. So I'm looking at something. Can you see my screen, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
So
I see the chapter.
Wait, what? You see the chapter? Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah. Okay. Your cursor's there.
Okay. So this is clearly the background. This black part. It kind of low-key looks like a new Shinju with a cape.
It also kind of looks like it's in the shape of like a gigantic fruit or something.
It reminds me of like a Kaguya silhouette, kind of. Like the long hair. Yeah. Also,
I also want to know why it is black though. Is it just like night? Is that the wall? Are they in another claw mark? Like is the wall another claw mark?
Another claw mark would be so cool. that would be that might be as cool as Jigen revealing what they were fighting in was the giant kettle pot.
The ramen pot. Yeah. I think that's the coolest thing they could do.
I completely agree. Okay. So I have this conversation with you every month. Did they change the design of the big black cube? Because I feel like there was like detail in the middle of the face, right? Like a
not in the middle, but
on the top.
That being said, let me just go pull it up real quick.
Yeah, like I feel like at the very least, these white outline lines were way more accentuated here. Maybe.
I want to get a Well, okay. Let me see.
Just feels so empty, so weird.
It's. I'll take a screenshot of. I'll take 2 screenshots, I guess. 1 minute. The main thing I'm really noticing is basically the lines were white before, whereas now it's almost like gray. Yeah. It's just not like as standing outish there. The zoom out one's probably not as good. I'm assuming there's any other good ones, but
okay, you got.
It's not a major difference. It's more the top. The top one, I remember we saw that error that one time where it just was missing whatever was top.
Yeah. Did you already talk on the Orochimaru thing and whether or not it is a mistake for Jura to be
a little bit?
Okay.
I mean, you can read it. I mean, he's talking about ultimate being. Like, I think that's close enough to evolution, right? It's what the Otsutsuki want to do, become a god, the ultimate being. That's what Orochimaru wants to do. Yeah. And he's doing a lot of reasoning.
Okay, yeah. No, I think, yeah, it's definitely more defined for sure.
It's just more pronounced, but it's like, I'm not going to say it's like a mistake. It's more just like, okay, you got lazy.
Yeah. Okay. His one side is connected to hair and claw material under that cape. Hidari is the same with his hair.
Well, I don't know if Hidari has hair, because that's a hood.
Yeah. Like, he's making me think there's some, like, upshot view of Hidari where we see, like, under the hood, like, something. But
if anything, he looks bald from what you do see.
Exactly, yeah, that's the thing.
It's just really goofy.
Yeah. Problem is, Ikimo doesn't care about backgrounds that much. Absolutely, yeah. Trust me, we know.
But I mean, that's the thing, though. His whole thing was initially supposed to be the backgrounds. He was the background guy, and
exactly, bro.
And in early Boruto, he had all these detailed backgrounds.
He did. Like, they were good.
Like, he used to do that shit. People used to praise his background. Now they just suck. You just stopped caring about them.
It's like he doesn't know how to write stories so much that he spends so much time trying to figure out. He just doesn't have time to do the art anymore.
Yeah, like he only has time to make Boruto smolder. he'll sacrifice the story if it means more time for Boruto smolder.
Oh my god. Okay. Back to the chapter.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a certain part for your reaction.
Matt, remember when we were like halfway done with the chapter like 2 hours ago? I was commenting on how quick this chapter's been.
Moving on to page 28 of 40.
Oh god.
Now I will say, you have 28, 29, page 30. That's the page with the thing I just can't wait for.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to this on my own to reread.
Wait, let's see how Jura's eyes look. Are Jura's eyes normal?
Jura's? Yeah, no, Jura's eyes look great.
Why did Matsu's have to be so bad?
Even Hidari zoomed out looks better than Matsuri's zoomed in.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my god. No, Jura's just everyone else's looks great. So it makes me wonder if it was intentional, but then again, this is clearly got some blemishes on this, so I don't know.
Maybe that's like the assistants. I don't know. Oh wait, Ika doesn't have assistants. So
yeah, you're just freaking greedy. Doesn't want to hire any. But he'll be quick to let you know how much he complains about having no assistants. Oh, we are back here. Oh, I thought you were saying that we were done with this. Okay, let's see what happens here. So, okay.
No, we were done for a moment.
Oh, okay. I understand what you mean. Okay, I'm gonna look at something. Parasite anime eat head. I doubt I'm gonna find exact. Oh no, okay, found it. Okay, this is technically fan art, but this is in the show. The closest that we get. This is what that is looking like to me. But like in reverse, obviously, from like right to left rather than left to right. This just reminded me of that. It's hilarious. And she could do that right now, though. Just devour his head clean off.
Okay, real quick.
So thoughts of you.
I understand the camera could just be inside her hair right now, but when you look at the panel on the right and how it's like covering Matsuri's face, it doesn't feel like you could ever see Matsuri from the angle that we get on the left panel. Yeah, I just feel like her face would be covered in hair and she's just saying this. Like, I just feel like you wouldn't see her face so clearly the way it looks.
So, another thing, Matsuri's clearly looking straight ahead, meaning she's not looking at Konohamaru, she's looking over this direction. Like, she's just looking
at her hair.
Like, just look at how her body's oriented. Yeah, like, not turning her head. It's like she has her back almost on her, just giving him the cold shoulder. Bro, Batty is insane.
No, apparently, how is she? I guess they're inside the hair together.
Yeah, it's like she's closing off the world around them. Why do I have to have these feelings? It's so painful. It makes me crazy mad. I have another hilarity for you. I'm going to pull up Instagram and go to messages and cover my screen for a second. Okay, let me pull something up. Not the revised version. Let's go to the old version. Actually, no, I already took a screenshot. Okay.
I just sent a picture of Google.
I didn't. It's a Google link.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
I assumed a picture of Google. They're like, what's Google?
Yeah. So, from my hit anime series, False Perfections, original anime that I made that anyone can find online by looking on YouTube right now if they wanted to, I'm having an animator animate a scene, and they're currently animating it, and this is one of the frames from this, and I was saying the lighting here looked a little bit off, and I was describing specifically why. So, it doesn't matter. The lighting here, not even the lighting, just like the imagery here, especially around the face, just looks like Jura's face to me here. Kinda, right?
I guess.
Like the same angle and everything. It just reminds me of it. Like the weird nose and everything. It's like perfect almost.
It's so random.
Oh god. I still can't believe she said baddie. Does she say baddie in Viz?
Yeah, you're reading the mistranslation. I don't
That's
know.
what I
Yeah,
thought.
it's driving me batty. Like, what?
The fan
Who
translation,
says
there's
that?
no way the fan translations wrote that.
I don't know who translated this month, but like, what would they think?
I want to see the raws. I don't think baddie is a term that exists in Japanese. Let's look it up on G-Show.
What does that even mean in English?
It does mean like
Who
crazy,
says-
but it's something.
Is this sour? Is this diatribes here?
Yeah, it just
by the
doesn't
way,
exist. They just made it
I
up.
had to look up diatribes to see what it meant, and that's why. So when I was responding, I used the definition, and Immortal said love, and I was like, okay, that actually works
crazy,
for
but-
this. I didn't know if you knew the definition. or not.
So it's like I think they say it's the only time I've ever heard it is I think in Scooby Doo.
See, the thing is, I hear batshit crazy,
Yeah.
not batty.
Yeah. Like you're thinking old school cartoons, freaking the Flintstones out here. So,
Well,
Boomerang.
I guess that would describe more to do with vertex.
I don't know, even
Kinda like the
Yogi Bear,
Flintstones.
baby.
We do villains for the Flintstone world.
Yogi Bear.
I mean, the one background shot we get looks Flintstone, doesn't it?
Oh, I hate to like derail. This isn't gonna take long, but they came out with not a Yogi Bear. What was it? The bear that like warns you of the forest fires?
Probably not Winnie the Pooh, but
No. It's the bear that warns you about forest fires.
I don't know
I'm looking it up.
who that is.
Bear that warns of
Yogi Bear.
fire. Smokey Bear.
Oh, Smokey Bear. Yeah.
Yeah. So they just came out with an ad for like the 80th anniversary, and it's like, I've been telling you about all this time, but now it's your turn. It felt like a passing the torch, wholesome, really cool moment. It was the best advertisement they've ever done. I remember exactly what they said. It was so good. It was so good. I loved it. It felt like it was... Smokey Bear just felt like a dad there. I don't know.
He was Hokage.
Okay. So last thing I'll say on this panel before we move on. So you're just gonna shut this down since you hate fun. I'm really not trying to make you agree with me here. So
I disagree.
of course you do. So, what do you think the odds are? Like, do you think it's possible that when Matsuri says it's so painful and makes me so crazy mad in reference to these feelings, do you think this is like a specifically because she isn't human and she's a Shinju, that love makes Shinju feel pain, like in pain, or like they're going crazy, as opposed to humans where it's not knowing how to express love would give them this feeling of frustration?
Well, I'm going to say probably not what they're going for. But if it was what they're going for, it definitely makes sense why Jura's saying it's a problem.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Causing the bay. But the problem is, when she was clearly in love in the previous pain or crazy mad, it's more that Konohamaru's rejection hurts her and makes her mad because she loved him. So it's definitely not.
Well, okay. I was going to disagree because I thought that why do I have these feelings would be in reference to her previous feelings, not her new feelings. But she's saying feelings plural, which could indicate.
Yeah, she doesn't say this feeling. We all the feeling.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm sure the original feeling of love she was feeling was complicated into where she would say feelings anyways, but that's
But yeah, but again, she wasn't crazy mad or in pain before.
Yeah.
It's clearly feeling the feeling.
I mean, maybe it's like the electrical signal took some time to process. It was like lagging as it goes across the body.
Given Hidari's brain signals to stupidity, yeah, it probably does take like an hour.
I'm surprised he's just now realizing who he was fighting. I'm sorry to. Because if I devoured you, I wouldn't ever have to feel this way again. Oh, I kind of like that.
Well, unless you fell in love with someone else, but...
This also might be the best Matsuri's ever looked, simultaneously arguably the worst, but...
Well, for this chapter, definitely the best.
So I mean this in the best way possible. Actually, no, I know a way I can say this without saying anything at all. Matsuri looks like she's trying to be the girl from the movie we watched recently with Cam Cam.
Which one did we watch?
The one with Cam Cam. The hacker movie. Not a hacker movie, but the online one.
Oh my god.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Konohamaru's a recruiter.
Yeah, Konohamaru is Habib. Whatever his name was.
He's definitely a terrorist. And the way he was acting towards Matsuri, he was a freaking terrorist. He's an ISIS.
Okay, well, I guess he's saying it for it. So, by the way, we all know what happened to Sasuke's headband. When did Konohamaru get cracks in his headband?
Bro was a rogue ninja off screen. But he missed the headband. He did it the right way.
Like, I don't think these have ever been there. If they have, then it's not consistent. I'm wondering if this happened just now through Matsuri.
Yeah, she's like cracking it.
That's crazy.
Or is it just a random smudge? He just slipped his pencil on accident and didn't erase it.
Oh god. Oh my god, he's talking about Ino Shikachou still. Bro won't let them go. He is obsessed. They need a restraining order.
Yeah, that's who Jura fell in love with, actually. It's Ino Shikachou. Bro's in love with their teamwork.
I'm actually low-key kind of surprised he hasn't made them his new target yet.
Yeah, with how much he loves them. You should be targeting Inojin.
Man. Ikimoto loves this angle to show Jura in. He loves this angle.
It's the equivalent of the Boruto smolder.
Both of these foolish acts, ... were caused by love derailing their thinking. So, what's interesting here, Team 10 has a platonic love for Himawari. Inojin does as well. It might be romantic, but this arc is more so focused on the romantic side of things. At least seemingly. I'm just gonna keep reading. So what is this love thing? Is it a disease? That's hilarious considering the Otsutskis are considered parasites anyways. The term itself appears in many tomes. Okay, so Jura's not reading books. He's been reading tomes, Kamui. But it seems impossible to pin
I didn't
down.
know what that was at first. I was like,
Isn't it like a passage in particular, a biblical passage maybe? Like a mythological
it's like a
old-timey...
book. It's like
Oh.
yeah, they're like huge books. I was like, oh, that's what Jura's reading.
Okay. Well, I think it might be books to where each chapter is its own individual story, maybe? I don't know.
Let me just look it up.
Sure. At the very
Tome
least, the fact that it
A book, especially a large, heavy, scholarly one.
You know what? I'll take heavy to mean old-timey. Books nowadays are way lighter.
It just means it's like he's like reading like
Cause serious trouble in life forms. Kamui, are you falling down your stairs? Did you trip?
Oh, I forgot that
Oh,
I'm not in the
God.
web browser anymore. Dude, why the fuck did the app get rid of Chris, bro?
Oh my god. You
He's
gotta
so
look on
stupid.
Reddit or something to see if it happened to other people or what. See if there's a fix.
That's so annoying. Anyway.
The term itself appears in many tones, but it seems impossible to pin down. At the very least, the fact that it can cause serious trouble in life forms cannot be overlooked. So, do you think Jura in the future will be able to define it more? Like the je ne sais quoi portion of it, at least? Well, I guess that'd be a
Hopefully.
paradox if we could define that, but, you know. I'm sure you hear it too, our instincts screaming and warning that we must understand this dangerous concept, love. So that's Jura saying that, even though we're seeing Konohamaru and Matsuri? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought Matsuri was saying it. Like, very interesting that Matsuri would say that to Konohamaru, but okay. I mean, I would...
At the
I would
tree
like,
screaming and warning.
well, you know, Konohamaru win 2 highly skilled shinobi clash fists.
Well, you know why they're not gonna have Ninshu? Because Konohamaru's clearly not a highly skilled ninja the way he's been.
I mean, they don't even need to go to another plane for Ninshu. Matsuri just closed them off from the outside world. They essentially are in another world. Dangerous concept. So, I don't understand what he's saying here. This might be a mistranslation. This might be me not understanding it. Our instincts screaming and warning that we must understand this dangerous concept, love. So is Jura saying that their instincts are telling them to understand love, or their instincts are telling them not to understand love?
The first one is what I'm pretty sure he.
Why is it in
And the warning is you need to understand this or else.
Oh, that's
how I'm interpreting it, at least.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I like that.
But are their instincts even telling them that? I think that's Jura's reasoning again.
You mean the reasoning that is such a flaw, a fatal flaw that humanity has, since it's their reasoning
your
that's...
instinct's telling you to devour, not to understand love.
Yeah, it's restricting them based on their intelligence. And they're Shinju, Kamui, so they obey their instinct, thankfully, unlike the humans.
Yeah.
So they don't need to do that. It's okay. See, but this is a paradox, though, because so Jura, based on the previous conversation, is saying love is the result of the opposite of instinct. So only when you don't follow your instinct would you have love. If you follow your instinct, you'll never understand love. But here he's saying his instinct is telling him to understand.
Bro, I think he's just calling all of his desires instincts when they're not desires, when they're not instincts. You think he just thinks his instinct is not?
Jura needs to practice some self-restraint.
You needs to read the dictionary.
Ooh, and overcome it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
That makes sense, like in this context, but like,
Yeah, that's cool. And overcome it. I love that.
I also like this small detail. They have Jura looking to the right as they say this, and Hidari looking to the left here, which just makes it seem like Hidari's gonna do the opposite of whatever Jura is saying.
Cliche anime opening looking at thing I ever seen. What are they gonna do next? Have Boruto, the main character, falling in the sky?
No, falling in the ocean.
Like, okay. I get Yodo, I guess, not knowing where Ryu is, but no, okay, so Ryu is, she's sensing Ryu above him, her, and then not, and then below. I hear something above, and she's, okay, well, she sort of stopped looking up. So, no, okay, this isn't the ground. This isn't the ground. No, I wasn't reading backwards. It was, I thought this was the sky. Okay. Or the ground, I mean. So it's the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were just looking at the ground.
I could see why you thought it was the ground.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking at the ground for comparison.
Exactly. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Kamui, if only we had a sky to compare it to in this chapter. I probably already passed it, but totally did. Okay, yeah.
Whenever we first see, yeah, there
man,
it is.
Oh man, I've only had a sky with clouds in it to see. As if that's the only panel. Anyways, there's tons of panels here with the sky. Doesn't look anything like the ground.
Doesn't look like a sky either.
Oh, okay. I went too far. Oops. I saw Quagram. Okay, well, spoilers. Anyways, I'm done with that. Okay. I hear something above us. He's up in the sky. You mean the ground? Get ready. I'll drag him out. I still don't. They haven't explained why he's doing this, other than to let Mitsuki bite him. But no.
Yeah, I guess just some Mitsuki get at him.
Stupid. That's if Mitsuki couldn't do that when he reconstitutes on his own. Like, I don't understand what the plan is. I wish they mentioned at the very least it's to exhaust him, not letting him have a chance to recover or rest or anything.
Yeah.
Or let him get away even if he's trying to... Oh, you know what? He should be trying to go warn Matsuri, but he's not being let because Araya's not letting him.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah. Hide all you want. But it's useless. See, I feel like this is going to be his downfall. Is that he's going to be assuming he's hiding when Ryu isn't doing that one of these times. And that's why Ryu's going to defeat him. But this is a really cool panel of Ryu forming, though.
Yeah. If you look at this detail, then you look at Ino.
Yeah, right. Yeah. God. Okay, so...
Now, I will just say before you even see what he does, I like that they're using the claw grind because they've been specialized, but for God's sake, can we do something with the Renegon claw grind again? Like, please. It's such a weird wasted thing. It's like, I don't care if that's supposed to be pseudo Jura, preliminary Shinju awakening, but can another claw grind do that, please?
I mean, on the bright side, Kamui, at least they brought the Jujutsu Kaisen curse back.
Yes, they brought the finger bearer back. It looks just like it. Why?
What? Claw grimes! Man, if only Sarada had seen something like this before.
If only they could just body them endlessly like they did in Koji.
Like, to be like, I don't even know why Araya is even really surprised. Like, regardless of, like, it seems like it's surprised in terms of he didn't know this could happen, rather than he didn't know it would happen. Sarada and Konohamaru should have informed them about how their fight with Hidari went.
Bro, Matsuru's using them too. Like, he's only seen them use Claw Grind.
To be fair, if Araya is anything like me, he might not have known that Ryu could just teleport them from nowhere.
Depends on whether Matsuri did that or not.
Yeah, that's the problem. It was off screen. I mean, it felt to me like she came with it. Because, like, Matsuri wasn't really fighting or worrying about it.
She had her thing in, like, a fighting pose. She wasn't doing the chapter 18 pose, I'll give you that. But that's a fighting pose right there.
I mean, I don't think she was I mean,
I'm just putting right now. 0 out of 10, very disappointed Matsuri breaks the pose in this chapter.
God. I just don't like the way this is currently written, because this is just...
Oh, wow. You don't like the way art is currently written? What a surprise.
Shocker there. This is just Schrodinger's claw grime, to where any... I know. Any Shinju can summon infinite amount of claw grimes whenever the author sees it as convenient.
Yeah.
That's my big problem with that. Just whenever he wants. Infinite number. Like, we don't know where they're from. We don't know how many there are, or any limitations to this at all. Or why they wouldn't do it earlier or later, or when they do it when they do. It's just whatever.
You'll hate even more when they say something that they're going to say, too.
Oh, God. Well, Mitsuki's going ham because he's the MVP. He's the best. He's not being done dirty. Phoenix... Oh,
okay. She does use the Phoenix Flower Jutsu. This does confirm. I think she might have used it earlier. Like I was wondering. I don't think this is the first time.
Okay.
Now that she's using it.
Kamui, what are the odds that I bring up the Phoenix Flower Jutsu in the one chapter where she actually does it?
I mean, probably pretty low, considering she does normally just use the Fireball Jutsu.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I will say, props to Ikimoto for saving it to a time where it's actually valuable over the Fireball Power Style Jutsu. Like, this is the perfect scenario to use this Jutsu over that one.
I will say, Time Skip Stardust still hasn't learned tuning exam for suggest Sasuke's Dragon Flame Jutsu, but that, she'll get there.
Don't worry, she's stronger than Sasuke when you were this age.
Yeah, it doesn't mean she's more skilled. Oh wait, doesn't he say that?
Who knows? Wow, so
there are way too many. Yeah, just like you said, however many the plot wants. Oh, just too many. Okay.
Exactly. It doesn't even make sense paneling-wise. We just saw Sarada and Mitsuki body all of them. Like, there wasn't that many that came out. It's like, what, 3? You could argue there's just more and more coming out. It seems like there's a fourth one on the way.
There's just more and more. But you don't see the more and more. You just see... You don't see more and more coming out. You just see, after they body them, oh, there's more. Like,
yeah, there's 4 here, and there's not more coming out, seemingly. Maybe it's coming out somewhere. I don't think so. And then you see...
Yeah, they all come out off screen.
You see 3 getting destroyed here.
Yeah.
And then you get...
Sees another 2 or 3.
Yeah, so already more than we've seen. And then...
Now there's just like 20.
Yeah.
And honestly, what do you mean there are way too many? Bro, you each shot 1 attack each and you took out 6. Just do it again.
Yeah, since when is like 15 too many anyways?
Yeah.
Like
Code's invasion, you yourself took down like 15.
exactly. Like you didn't have that attitude then. There's like 1,000 of them. Okay, so surrounded. This is cool. I like the claw grimes being threatening again, surrounding her immediately and going for the bite. I like that.
Just goes to show how weak Yodo is compared to the other.
Oh, she was bad, but no, there's no chance. I mean, there is, but Yodo.
Well, actually, I'm gonna change that. Oh, shoot.
Oh, okay.
I'll say right now, she was bit, and somehow, nothing happened.
I mean, it died. It was sad.
I'm gonna change headphones though, so I won't hear you. So don't go too far ahead.
Okay. I'm just in awe, both shock and awe. It's just gonna survive, I guess. But whatever. That's hilarious. Oh my god, Kamui. Jeez. Okay.
Okay.
So
Bro, I'm still pissed it got rid of Crisp. It's some bullshit right there.
So obviously the claw grime hadn't transformed into a tree yet, which tells me it's not the bite that does anything at all. It's the thing that happens after the bite that is the only thing that matters.
Like, when it happens, bro, it's instant. Every time you see it, it's literally as impossible.
Yeah. But to be fair, we've also never seen one die during the process, if not even before it.
Yeah, I know, but like, still, it's like, it's
No,
always
you
so
know what?
fast. I'm gonna go like the Shinky one. The
You know
most
what?
recent
I
one.
do agree with you because they're making it such a big deal that you can't cut the people out of the tree, and this is essentially the same thing.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man.
Also, I just realized something.
Like, I get it. It hasn't had enough time to do it, but like,
Yeah. But no, I did just realize something. There's more trees than there are Shinju. Some of the people in the trees didn't create Shinju. Are those people just stuck there? They can't be freed. Right?
yeah, unless so we saw the problem is, are there just thorn souls just like hanging like fruit, like an apple tree that just haven't been plucked?
I don't think
Like
so.
Ryu was plucked, or is it just not coming out? Like, I don't know.
No, that definitely
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be the case.
If their thorn souls aren't just hanging there, then how do you free them?
So it's either gonna be the thing that Jura has the Master Soul Thorn key that I theorized, or that
frees everyone.
exactly, or it's gonna be like the Infinite Tsukiyomi that once you undo whatever or kill whatever or whatever, then they're just all gonna undo at the same time. It's gonna be Attack on Titan, Season 4 spoilers. It's gonna be Attack on Titan, Eren shenanigans of just undoing Titans in general in the finale. You're gonna get whatever nonsense like that. Boruto's gonna use this anti-tree Shinjutsu to just turn everything back to normal.
He's gonna do the rat seal.
Yeah. So, I did want to mention, it's not just this claw grime. Obviously, based on this panel, this claw grime's being hit away. That's the same claw grime. If you just ignore that, it looks like you could argue this claw grime's just biting her knee. It's not, but kind of funny. Similarly, I did want to point out this claw grime just straight up does look like it's biting this claw grime's calf.
I think it is.
Right? And so we've talked about this. I'm glad that we've already talked about this because we've mentioned, could you make a claw grime chi?
Yeah, so
What
why
happens?
aren't they like going after the Shinju then? My question.
Oh my god.
If they're going after the claw grime.
You know what? I love the idea that, once again, like Attack on Titan, so Attack on Titan spoilers, that it could be like Zeke who can control the Titans, but only like 90% and 10% like disobey him or whatever. Realistically, like 99%.
Yeah.
It's just that only time where it happened, but whatever. Freaking introduction nonetheless. But then all the mindless Titans that aren't being controlled just straight up do go after the Titan shifters in their Titan forms.
Yeah.
Which is kind of curious how they know the difference. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can talk about it another time.
They know the difference, but they don't know the difference between themselves.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, Gwoop, man, dude cut into it like a slice of cake. Also, what? He cut it straight in its head, right? Okay, I guess it... Well, no, it is... This angle's so weird. It looks like it's both the head and not the head, but I guess it's to the right of the head. I thought it cut it straight down the middle. But I guess he cut it on the shoulder. Whatever. You want to be lame about it. It's stuck. Oh my god. Is this going to be the nonsense of how Ryu doesn't have to deal with it anymore? It got stuck in the claw grime. I can't use my sword anymore.
Not quite, but close.
Oh my god. Okay, so going after her. So the thing is, I feel like he should be just going after Yodo, get him away from the sword, right?
Well,
Or, I mean, Araya, going after Araya.
Yeah, what he does, I think, is cool, all things considered.
Okay, well, I think he's already not done. Well, he's going, okay, let's see what he's doing. Oh, is he gonna teleport that claw grime away? That's cool! That's so cool! That's cool. I like it. Okay, so once again, now it's become a direct problem in series. Where are the claw grime sword? Where's the sword?
Not only that, but different problem. Okay, seriously. Why did his sword get stuck? Not only, why didn't it chop off its arm is my first question, but whatever, it didn't chop through. Why couldn't he get it out? Why? It's not just, remember, Baki versus Hayate, a regular sword can be blocked, blah, blah, blah. He's infusing it with wind style, the cutting element, the smooth like butter, slice and dice, Asuma, finely and sharply, wind style infused sword of the wind style country of the wind style experts. Why is it stuck?
So much for his OP Lodestar Shinky beating sword.
That's why I'm saying this shit ain't beating Shinky. It's gonna get stuck in his iron sand.
You know what? I'll agree with you now. I concede. Araya sucks. Shinky solos even without sand.
And not only that, I don't think this is a puppet, because if it was, he'd attach puppet strings on the claw grime and try to yank. I think he forgot how to be a puppet master. I don't think this is a puppet. I can't wait to see when he gets stabbed and he's dead.
So, okay, hypothetically, let's say he does do that and the claw grime goes all the way through, and so the connective thread is like in the teleporting thing. Can the claw grime or could Ryu deactivate the teleport thing and cut the string? Can he make it solid? Or is it just like a permanent portal?
Wait, what?
The teleporting claw mark thing.
Can he deactivate and cut the string? Huh? I am confused.
Can either that Clawgrime or Ryu deactivate his stomach portal to cut the string if it was like in between?
Oh, I don't think you can just deactivate the portal. I mean, I don't know. We've never seen Code get rid of claw marks, so I don't know.
I mean, do you think you could stand on top of a claw mark, or would you just sink in? Like there's nothing below you?
I think you could stand on one if you didn't want to teleport. Probably.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you can make it solid.
Yeah, because like for example, I don't think that every time they put pockets, their hands are just teleporting to some random ass location.
I mean, it did the one time Hidari used it that way.
Yeah, but that was intentionally doing that. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't think his hands are just constantly sticking out of the ground.
Okay, so in that case, he should be able to cut the strings that way, assuming it works like that, and assuming it doesn't work like intangibility. Because if it does work like intangibility, Obito's intangibility, then it won't work like that. He can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not fully sure what would happen. Because the other issue is because the strings are passing through it, I don't know that he can cut it off when something's actively in it.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying with the intangibility thing.
So, like,
yeah.
chop off someone. Like, I don't think Code could stick someone's hand through a claw mark and chop their hand off.
That would have been cool if that's what Jura did. I wish that's what Jura did instead.
Yeah, like that would be really cool if that's something that they could just do, I will admit. But I don't think they can.
I would prefer that over Jura's eye beam of Code.
Yeah, not gonna lie, yeah, that's even.
Well, that's a rewrite of that scene. By the way, I love Ryu's dialogue here, as always. He's just so goofy. I love it. The way he looks as well. It's like he's trying to come across as like a SpongeBob beach muscle guy.
Larry the Lobster.
Exactly, bro. Getting Larry vibes from him. Crap, this is bad.
Wow, Sarda. Real insight.
Yeah, it was really bad when you let it get this way, huh, Sarda?
Yeah, when you did nothing. Yeah, when you pretended you had fake clues and forgot about
it. Yeah. Man, so
we introduced Yodo to Ryu.
Matsuri has
revealed to Ryu that you know about the
what?
About the Thorn Souls.
Thorn Souls.
I think Boruto mentioned though things that Jura wants to kill Boruto.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Erg.
Matsuri's been progressively wrapping around Konohamaru more and more for like 80 different panels now. At this point, I'm impressed by how much progression Ikimoto's able to show with Matsuri wrapping around Konohamaru.
Yeah.
This is so much. So, let's now become one.
That was an interesting line.
Konohamaru-chan. For obvious reasons.
First of all, as I know the first.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I thought of.
Yeah,
Madara,
of course.
Become one. Okay,
of course.
Obviously. But it is interesting though, because that gives a little bit of insight as to, I guess, what devouring does. They become one.
So Juro wasn't devouring Himawari. Just to make that clear, seemingly.
Well, he said that she becomes nourishment for him inside that tree.
Nah, bro. Based on
very different.
Based on this,
it seems like it's so separate from him. Whereas Hidari and Matsuri, it seems like they're
Yeah,
putting the person into themselves.
exactly.
Jura is just like making another tree, it looks like.
See, I think Jura was just storing Himawari, though. I don't know.
Well, no, he was explaining we call it Devour, but this is what happened.
I mean, Jura's just lying. I don't know.
Jura's a pathological liar.
Yes. Oh. Also, Matsuri has an ear thing here. What is this?
Dude, you know what hurt?
There's slim chance you're gonna say this, but I want you to guess what.
So, okay. There's no way you're thinking this, but in the 1 in a million chance I'm right, I'm gonna be so happy. This looks like a rice patty.
Oh, okay, no, you didn't say the 1 in a million thing that I'm gonna say. This makes me think of.
Yeah.
Check chat. I think the purple one is the best, but it doesn't really matter. The Teletubbies.
Why? Oh my god. God.
Teletubby Matsuri.
It also kind of looks like a dongo. Probably don't know what that is, but
Okay, I gotta look up something else now.
specifically the anime.
Okay,
song, yeah.
not really, but like the fact that I had to look it up just makes it funnier anyway.
The dongos is so funny.
like really no, but just because I looked it up, I'm gonna send this. Barney.
You know what? Just for a video, you need to Photoshop one or both of these onto Matsuri there.
Yeah. Just put her on their head.
Yeah. I also want to point out how calm she looks and sounds here as well.
I know. So how do you think Kanahama gets out of this? Because Splinter seemed pretty confident he was going to.
So, I know that you don't care about Konohamaru, and you want to kill him to see what happens. I'm saying Konohamaru's off limits, you can't kill him, and I don't want him to, and he has to become the Hokage and hug Naruto in the final chapter.
He's not becoming Hokage with this terrible behavior in Matsuri, bro. Bro lost. He doesn't deserve it anymore. He went so far the other way that, no, his chance is gone.
You know what? We're in too deep. Konohamaru can poop his pants in front of the world, and he still needs to become Hokage to me, okay? I don't care, okay? Throw him in whatever scenario you want. He becomes Hokage, okay? Hanabi asks him to sleep with them, and he says no. He still needs to be Hokage. He needs to be Hokage. He needs to be Hokage. It's too
God,
late.
if Hanabi's one and only boy, God forbid she helps him worry. If her one and only scene is asking Konohamaru on a date and he says no, I kill that man.
Listen, I don't want to be calling him Konohamaru-chan. I want to be calling him Konohamaru-sama from now on. Okay, I don't care if Konohamaru falls in a coma and then dies and then becomes a Amado clone. You know, have the idea of Konohamaru become Hokage.
I've got a compromise for you that you're going to love.
Yeah.
Konohamaru can die. By Jura's definition of dying. So Jura will consider him dead, but he'll just be alive.
Yeah, but then that opens the floor to Inojin possibly becoming Hokage, and I can't allow that.
Inojin's gonna draw the Hokage.
So, okay, I have one more compromise for you. Is that the Leaf Village is going to look at a dead Konohamaru as even in his death, Konohamaru's
He's so
such
Hokage,
a
yeah.
legend. He's better than Shikamaru. Yeah.
Okay, I got another one for you. Okay. So this one it would be best assuming that this happens, and it's going to assume that devouring to a tree. They put the Hokage hat on the tree Konohamaru, and they draw the tree Konohamaru on the rock stone bases.
Whatever it takes. I just need my boy on the Hokage Stone Monument, and then I can be happy with this character. Then you can do whatever. Then you can kill him. Then you could have Jura declare him dead. Whatever you want to do. I don't care.
I mean, I fully get it. Like, I agree. It's just, I don't think they're going to, so just get it over with is the thing. But anyway, on a new subject.
Yeah.
Starting now.
There really isn't any reason Amado isn't just making infinite Delta clones right now. Like, there should be 500 Delta clones going with them to the Sand Village. Like, he has multiple Akabis that are just asleep and useless. I understand. Why is there a singular Delta clone awake at all
I
times?
mean, you could argue Shikamaru doesn't want to trust Amado, but like just whatever that limit is, the limit should be more than one, I feel like.
Yeah.
Or hell, why doesn't he make a new Koji? Like he thought Koji was dead. He should be making a new Koji that
It's actually a good point. It's kind of funny, yeah.
like, why not?
So, but okay. Let's go with that case though. That Shikamaru doesn't trust Amado. So just like Jigen, he said that you're limited. You're not allowed to do more than you are, and so Amado is limited to just making one Delta clone. Why is he making infinite Akabi clones? Why is he allowed to do that? Why is Shikamaru trusting him there? Isn't it basically
Why is he
the same
choosing
thing?
Delta at that point instead of like actually why is he choosing Delta? He's about to revive Akabi. Bring back another Koji to be your shinobi.
I don't know, bro.
Koji would be more useful. He'd do more than just stand there and fly and do nothing else. He'd summon the eternal flaming mountains on Re burn to death.
Oh god. Oh no. Well, that was the chapter at the very least. I'm glad we got to do that. Can't believe it came out a day early, but that's okay.
Yeah, we're up way too late. We need to go to bed.
Oh my god, it's almost 6 a.m. Oh crap. Yeah, no, let's go to bed right now. Okay, bye. Thanks. So we failed. We
failed.